And it looks like the race has started. Let's see Uncle's message. Chasing tail, fly ladies, do not follow. So here we go. Here comes the hype first chest, and it is a bomb upgrade. So these guys already have bombs in the escape. They're going to be able to blast that wall with 3 items in the escape, which is really fantastic. And it looks like the OK guy is here joining me on commentary. What's up?
I am here now. Yeah, that first chest, very awesome. Very awesome to see. No farming required unless they really want to. They are going to need some more bombs from Kakariko, so we might see a little bit of farming, but at least we know they can get into those last 3 chests before Sanctuary.
Yeah, they won't be stressed out about it, which is super nice.
Definitely. Look at this. Finding more bombs. Now they're definitely not going to need to farm anything.
That's incredible. That's fantastic. This is great for people to just go fast. That's what we like to see here.
Maybe some farming for money if they really want to, seeing as they'll need a little bit of money starting out. But I wouldn't. If it was me, I would just be going straight through the escape sequence as fast as possible after finding out, oh, hey, I've got 4 bombs in my inventory.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of rupees in most situations, but we have seen a couple interesting seeds in this tournament where players have had to farm up enough rupees to go to Zora and purchase the 500 rupee item there. And that can make for a really interesting seed if the players decide to take that route.
Yeah, I don't see them having a problem finding 100 rupees before getting to Kakariko, but worse things have happened in this tournament already. But just to let everybody know, I am the OK guy. Glad to be here with you, Alucard. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, of course. Happy to have you.
Oh, the escape sequence always gets me pumped up, even though it's kind of slow moving and you have to do it in every seed, just waiting to see what you find and pushing on to the end.
Absolutely, and these players, I believe, have already found the map and the small key, so the rest of these items should have some sort of value, even if it's minor value, inside of them.
All right, let's see how Anaconda handles this ball and chain guard here. Oh, getting bodied by the
He's not even fighting the ball and chain guard. There's a different boss in town.
All right. He can be dangerous. I mean, he does a full heart of damage. I mean, but the 1-pot strat, it worked out for him. He's dead.
It's like bentglasstube going for a 1-pot strat as well. Knocks out the ball and chain guard.
Little piece of heart, along with follower Zelda. Gonna drag her through the sewers, get her to the sanctuary. Both of these guys are still broke, not finding any money so far.
That is surprising. So it would be interesting to see if any of these guys decide to stop and actually attack some of the enemies along the way. Grab some 20 rupee drops or whatever they can find, because that bottle vendor in Kakariko is going to charge you 100, and if you have to come back for him, you might even forget. That's something they could easily forget, because usually players do have 100 by the time they get there.
Oh, for sure. Worst case scenario, there are a couple places in Kakariko that they could farm some 5 rupees underneath pots, and a couple different, like a building and then the well. But that could prove to be pretty slow, depending on what they do. I'm just excited to see the rest of this sewer sequence. A handful of items left.
Yeah, there's 4 more items here in the sewers, and they could be anything. They really can, because the items that are in the escape actually have power gloves as a requirement, just in case you can't find bombs early on. The logic says, you don't have to have bombs before you get to this point. But if you want to re-enter the escape area to access those 3 chests, then you need the power glove to get there. So these could potentially be huge payoffs.
That's right. And even though you'll never be required to have bombs to get these items, you could still find the Titan's mitts. You know, it's it's silly little things like that that could happen. The logic can play tricks on you. So far, not a lot. I mean, the bombs are... Having this many bombs is always a pleasant surprise, but not a lot of gear. I mean, here we go. We're about to find out if these pay off. Nice arrow drop for Anaconda. And then an arrow upgrade, some money.
Still a bit poor. WildAnaconda deciding to use an extra bomb here.
I agree with that. It's better than backtracking, and he does have the extra bomb for it. However, having 3 bombs going into Kakariko is really nice. There's 3 for sure spots you need to bomb open. The well, the Thieves' Hut, and then the Crazy Chicken Lady. Which bentglasstube seems to know that he's going to need those 3 bombs.
Which that Crazy Chicken Lady, or the Chicken House, is the top place that players forget to go to in the randomizer. So, I mean, if you don't have a bomb, you might forget later on, too.
Yep. Retracing your steps can... I mean, it can cost you the race. It's cost a lot of guys a lot of races in this tournament so far.
Mostly just Christos, but yeah.
Of course. That was very painful. I think we all know about that. All right, pulling on the tree, getting 20 rupees. You know, 4 or 5 drops.
Gonna
That's
get
nice.
Anaconda there. I mean, if he goes into Kakariko, he's going to be able to farm up just a couple of pots in there that give 5 rupees apiece, so he should be good. Didn't quite catch what was there at...
I didn't either.
The lumberjack cave here.
All right, here we go.
We see 3 pendants in the light world. That does not happen very often these days.
Yeah, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I saw the green at Eastern Palace, which, that's kind of nice if they do end up going to do Eastern Palace right there at Sahasrara, so they can go and cash in that quest item, the green pendant. Ooh, found some bombs. Anaconda's gambling earlier to not backtrack. Oh, it's a bottle. The anxiety tree.
A Beator seed, as we like to call it.
Oh, clever. Okay, another heart piece. Looks like Anaconda's looking for 1 more heart piece for a full refill and another heart container. Wow. Bent glass getting beat up by a bird. He's beeping currently.
Anaconda about to do the Kakariko cleanup here.
Kakarino sounds like a Street Fighter character.
Probably is at this point.
Going into the Thieves' Hut. A lot of items in here. There's 5 items to be found in this cellar.
What I think is really exciting about a 3 pendant light world seed is it probably gives a better chance of something at the Master Sword pedestal. So people look out for that. That's
very true. All right. Finding all kinds of red stuff in this basement here. Red mail, the red boomerang, some money, and some more bombs. So both of these players, assuming bentglass goes in the same exact direction, I don't see why he would skip Steve's Hut here. They're both going to have red mail within the first 10 minutes. Very good.
That is some luxury right there.
Looks like bentglass is... Looks like he's contemplating. Oh, hey, look at that. Farm almost 100 rupees for him.
Yeah, he's well on his way.
Seems to be a pretty healthy seed so far. Oh, hey, we have power gloves, plenty of money found in the well by Anaconda.
Yeah, we were concerned about money. That concern has been alleviated at this point.
That's right. And now it looks like Anaconda is standing around a little bit considering his next move. Hopefully his controller didn't die. Okay, there he goes. On the move.
Paying 100 for 20. Pretty good deal. Definitely, definitely a good deal. Yeah.
Great investment, man.
That rupee had sentimental value.
That's right. It's like a coin collector saving those quarters because they're worth a lot more. Hey, blue mail in the chicken house. It's a good thing he found that. He has an extra set of clothing to change into if the red mail gets torn up. Now, they aren't, unless they find a bottle here in the bar, they aren't going to be able to see what the sick kid has. Hey, fire shield. Really nice.
Lots of luxury in the scene. We have a red boomerang, we have a red shield, we have a red mail. I mean, we do have power gloves, which opens up a few things here, like Zora and Death Mountain as well.
That's right. We're just... Oh, hey, there was the gold sword in the library. So once they find the boots, they will have access to the strongest sword in the game. I was about to say, I actually interrupted myself, if they could find a tempered sword, they would have a full set of red gear, which is pretty cool, aesthetically. It's got to be exciting to find that gold sword in the library. I didn't see what was in the hedge maze here, but WildAnaconda wants it. He wants it, whatever it is. We're about to find out. Alright, let's see how fast he can do this maze. On foot, no boots.
Speaking of no boots, we have some boots.
Speaking of red gear, here, take this trash. Yeah, thanks. This is the
and
most
have a free butter
trash.
sword to go along with it. You want a side of butter with that?
Oh my goodness. What an exciting start. Barely 12 minutes. Yeah, before 12 minutes, WildAnaconda has some of the best gear in the game when it comes to being, damage output and damage defense. Really, really cool seed so far. bentglasstube right on his tail, about to find out how awesome this seed is as well.
Yeah, he's about to get his payday.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna feel amazing for him, I'm sure.
I like his routing going behind the library there too.
Yeah, that's clever. We've seen that from a couple people in the tournament, and it's turning out to be a neat strat. And WildAnaconda deciding to go straight towards desert. You can check a ledge item here, which can give you some valuable intel. And then in addition to that, you can head over to Agana's cave and grab one item there.
And if he so chooses, there's also a nice Thief's Cave right between desert and the swamp release area, where he could farm up some money just to have enough for Zora. Seeing as he does have the power glove, he could head there pretty early. He's what, 110 short?
Yeah, he's pretty close to getting there, and he just got 20 more from Agana's cave, but it looks like he's going to save and quit here. We'll see where he heads to from here. Because there are some bonk areas available. I guess just the bonk rocks west of Sanctuary. But that could have some value as well.
Bentglass picks up his trash from the maze, and he's going up to get his level 4 sword. Man, these
who
guys
needs boots? That trash.
Yep. It might pay off to do the maze game to get these boots. We'll see.
It's a fun game. I enjoy doing that.
All right, we're finding out what's here after he releases the water. Anaconda's. I'm wondering if Bentglass is going to go the same way, or if he's going to head up to the mountain right away. Nope, he's heading to Link's house as well.
This bottom portion of Hyrule can be pretty lucrative. The dam has a couple items. I mean, this time doesn't really pay off, but there are 5 items in this mini Moldorm cave that Wild is about to enter.
Yeah, the Lake Hylia hype cave, as it were. I know it's not the OG hype cave that's in Dark World by Swamp, but this is a pretty hype cave most of the time. Whoa, great baby Moldorms. Wow.
Putting those boots to good use there.
Yeah. Very healthy hype cave. And the mirror shield. Okie dokie. All of this end game gear for WildAnaconda. Well, bentglasstube as well. The fire shield didn't get much love.
Now, other than the boots and the power glove, I suppose the butter sword as well. But like a lot of this gear is just like luxury. It feels. I mean, Buttersword might be luxury for all we know.
Yep.
Then again, may not be required, but it does help.
Yep. I was about to say, yeah, but then again, it could be required for them to move on into the Dark World. A lot of great gear so far, though. I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, it seems a little early to make the jump to heading to Aghanim, because there's a lot of places to check. You can go to Eastern Palace. It looks like Wild is probably going to set up some fake flippers here. Without the flippers, you can do a trick that allows you to swim around in the water. So he's going to set that up using this bush here. Yep. And screen transition 1 pixel away from that screen there, and now he's swimming.
Yep. Tricking the game into thinking you have flippers when you don't. If he gets hit, it will be an instant death. But this short sequence break is really, really nice to find some items a little bit earlier on before finding the flippers. It's never required in any seed to beat any seed. The logic will not allow it, but it's a nice sequence break nonetheless.
And it is a minor glitch that is allowed in the tournament. So
that's correct. Never required, always allowed. But doesn't pay off the hobo giving just another chunk of heart.
A lot of pieces of heart in this seed so far. A lot of love.
Yeah, a lot of little love.
True. They add up, though. So it looks like Wild is probably going to head over to these rocks next to the Sanctuary and then maybe head up to Death Mountain.
That's what I would assume both of these guys are doing.
Yeah, Bent Glass is hot on his heels.
Ooh, found the book in the Bonkable Cave. It seems like the seed's telling them, hey, the boots were here, the book is here, why don't you guys head to desert? But they don't have a fire source, so maybe heading up to the mountain first would be ideal. Looks like Wild Anaconda is realizing, oh, I just have the regular glove, I do not have the Titan's mitts.
But realizing that, it looks like he might be heading to Eastern Palace based on his routing. Yeah. I might have put him on this path.
At the minimum, he's going to check Sahasrara's three items. 3 hut items.
Right, that can be a huge payoff. We see bentglasstube here heading to Death Mountain, escorting the lost old man here. Will yield an item, then you'll be able to check one more under Spectacle Rock or inside Spectacle Rock.
He can take a glimpse at what's up on the ledge and then jump down and get the item out of a cave on the side of the Death Mountain wall. See what Wild Anaconda finds here in Sahasrara's hut. Some money and some arrows. Nothing too special.
Now that does put him at the point where he can go to Zora, but yeah, we have a huge development here from bentglasstube picking up the Moon Pearl. Yeah,
Moon Pearl from the old man. Really good find. Looks like he's going for some spin speed here, but getting beat up by the boulders. Yeah, he's just opting out of that. Let's just get up the mountain and get away from these sky cabbages.
Looks like Wild is heading towards Zora, perhaps.
He has the money for it. That's exactly where he's headed.
Now, he can't collect the standing item on the ledge there because he doesn't have the flippers, but it does give him the opportunity to get some intelligence on what the item is, so at least he can see it, and then he will be able to pick up that item from Zora too. So I think it's a decent decision. There's a couple items over here that can be out of the way, and they can pay off big time if your opponent doesn't go there until later on.
Yep. And it does seem like the seed is telling you, the flow of the seed is telling you where to go. He does have the book, he does have the gloves. This could be, hey, why don't you go to Zora's domain? Or hey, look, what was on the ledge? I hate to interrupt myself.
I thought I saw a bomb upgrade there.
Okay, I saw gold, and I was like, what could it be? They have all the gold stuff.
Well, other than Titan's mitts, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, so a bomb upgrade is probably what it was.
I'm pretty sure it was a bomb upgrade.
I think chat's yelling at us. Yes, it's a bomb upgrade, guys. Okay. 500. Ooh, expensive boomerang.
Bloomerang at that. Now that is some value right there.
Yeah, 500 rupee soggy bloomerang. When they already have the magical boomerang.
Yep. But they can switch to it.
Okay, I was wrong. The green pendant is at Tower of Hera. Red was at Eastern, and then blue at Desert.
Right. Now, with that book in hand, I feel like the game is pointing them towards Desert, but they could definitely find some value in Eastern Palace as well, or they could just complete Aghanim and go for the dream there. So there's a lot of options at their disposal. Wild heading to Death Mountain here. bentglasstube going for the Eastern Gambit. I like the plays.
I know I'm going to get everybody excited, and it's probably for nothing, but the seed could also be telling us, hey, you have the book. Why don't you go check the Master Sword pedestal? Bet you'll find something nice there. This is a triple pendant light world. I'm pretty hyped to find out if that's the case.
I'm on board with that plan. Let's get some hype in the chat for a Master Sword pedestal race between these guys. How amazing would that be?
Yeah, that would be really amazing for everybody, because I mean, then it's every dungeon. You don't have to worry about gambling going into dungeons you don't need to, or pendant dungeons you don't need to. Just, boy. And I'm sure everybody would love to see a go mode with 11 dungeons. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping Bentglass. What? Yeah, I think he found the Cane of Birna.
He did. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's a pretty cool find early on for these players. And if he does manage to find a hammer, he might be able to actually check the Birna cave itself with such low hearts.
For sure. And neither of them have found the cape, so finding the Cane of Birna is a great second. Maybe even first for some people, but I prefer the cape over the cane. Anaconda, yeah, he's reading the terrain of the seed and listening to what it's telling him to do. I think he's headed to Desert.
Yeah,
even without a fire source. Yeah, without a fire source, it's not that big of a deal. Seeing as he might not need to finish the dungeon, it being a pendant and all. But he does have the boots, so it's not like he can get blocked from that torch holding an item.
Now, what could be crazy here is if Desert has potentially 2 required items, or he comes over here, checks, and finds that Land Molus is holding an item, and that is required. Or if you have to come here to get the pendant for the Master Sword pedestal, right? So there's a lot of interesting options based on what he finds here.
Speculation and prediction, we have so much to wait for. We have no idea, but imagine if it's either the mirror or the bow, it could send him to another Light World dungeon. A lot to find out here.
Absolutely.
Quick boss key grab for bentglasstube. Took a couple of hits, but he still got it fast. Much faster than killing all the enemies in the room. Now, I don't know if he realizes he does not have the bow, and he's continuing on into the dungeon. He's getting his last chest first.
But look who has the bow! WildAnaconda snaps that chest open.
As I said the word bow, he opens up the chest and finds it in Desert. Didn't I say that he could find the bow or the mirror and get sent to another dungeon? Getting the runaround from the seed so far.
Absolutely. Now we just need to wait till they check the Master Sword pedestal, and then you can say, I don't know, Titan's Mitts or whatever. So we'll wait for that moment.
Oh yeah. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. Mirror in the Master Sword pedestal. That's what I'm hoping for. That would be hilarious. Looks like Bentglass is heading to Desert now as well, which means he went to Eastern, cleared half of it, and then took off. He's going to go to Desert and find the bow, which is going to send him back there. Anaconda went to Desert first, so maybe taking a little bit of a lead here, finding that bow.
But interestingly, Wild has decided not to go to Eastern Palace.
Oh yeah, he is done with the Light World, guys. He's done with the Light World. He's going to kill Aghanim, find out what's up on the pyramid. He does have the Moon Pearl. I don't think this is a bad play at all.
This could be a huge play for Wild because, I mean, just being able to explore the Dark World with that portal could allow him to collect a bunch of items. Even if it's not required, having that portal can just be really convenient.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes traversing the Dark World is just a huge pain in the butt, having to, save and quit from one spot, run all the way across the Light World, maybe to Kakariko or something like that, something similar. But no, he's going to have a portal right in front of Hyrule Castle for the rest of his race. Now, I wonder, Bentglass finding that bow, he might turn around and go back to Eastern, even though it's a pendant dungeon. I don't know.
It would definitely be interesting if they find, like, a lamp at Armos or something. That would be pretty crazy.
It's so possible. There's so many possibilities right now. Speculation is fun, but we have no idea, and neither do these guys. They have no idea what they're in for either. I hate to be a troll, but I'm kind of hoping that the pyramid doesn't have anything of value on it. You know, that just pushes the envelope for these pendant dungeons having important items, or the Master Sword having an important item.
Definitely, but with Wild having the Moon Pearl, he can check a couple items in the Dark World, not just the Pyramid item. He can grab the Catfish item, and he also has access to Palace of Darkness as well, which we know is a crystal dungeon, but you do need the hammer to complete it, which he does not have. So it could be a big play to go in there and try to find some value in there, but you know, these guys are going to run out of places to explore. I mean, there's a lot of options right now, but they're going to run out of them at a certain point, and they're going to need some items to progress. Yep.
The seed's bottlenecked a little bit. I mean, it's definitely forcing them in specific directions. All right, Anaconda's through the tower.
And bentglasstube has his bow.
Yeah, I wonder how he's going to finish this up, or what he's going to do for the rest of this dungeon if he's going outside. I don't think the ledge item was that important.
I think it was bombs.
Yeah, okay. Just so everybody knows, the Aghanim fight, Aghanim 1 fight, the RNG has been taken out. I guess it's the bad randomness that's taken out of Randomizer. It's kind of nice. There will be no blue ball attacks from Aghanim, so it'll be a for sure 2-cycle kill. It's really nice. Really nice. Let's see where Bent is going.
Yeah, this is where Bentglass could make a big play.
Lingering on his save and quit, menu there, deciding where he wants to go, and it looks like he's making the same decision, I think.
That's what it's looking like. Heading up to Hyrule Castle. Gonna be taking on Aghanim. Oh! Does a U-turn. A little indecision here.
Oh, okay, there we go.
To Aghanim's tower. I got excited there for a second. I was like, ooh, he's found something else. He's going all over the place. Yeah.
Here we go. Wild Anaconda getting spin speed and wiggling down the stairs there. Excited to see what this item is. It is the hook shot. Very, very awesome item to find. That means that also, along with the few places that he has to check here in Dark World, he can get to Northern Dark World now by hookshotting across the moat here. He can check a lot more items on Death Mountain as well. So his seed just opened up tremendously. Looks like he's going to Catfish now. Good idea on his part.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good play. You can go to Catfish. You can grab the item there. It's a bit out of the way, and then you can like maybe save and quit and go to Death Mountain, because Death Mountain can be a very lucrative place.
For sure. I'm not sure if he'll save and quit here or if he'll head back and go across the moat and check Northern Dark World.
Definitely
because without a mirror, it might actually be a waste of time to head up to Northern Dark World right away. Oh, 10 arrows. That's a waste. Yep, he's saving out. Looks like he's going to the mountain. Since he does not have the mirror yet, saving and quitting from Dark World spits you out in the Light World just to keep the game from, soft locking on you. Nice little fail-safe.
The developers have put a lot of work into making sure players won't get stuck anywhere or soft locked, so it's fantastic to see all the little things that they've done to help improve the player experience.
For sure. Randomizer has grown exponentially. I mean, over the different versions, it's changed so dramatically. I love Randomizer. All right, here we go. Anaconda checking all these chests on the mountain. Let's see what he finds. Ooh, lantern and a full heart. So Wild Anaconda does have a source of fire now. Not to mention, he won't have to deal with any dark rooms in the Dark World dungeons. A lot of D words that I didn't mess up. Wow.
Now, if Wild finds the mirror or the hammer here, then he has access to Hera, which means he has access to all of the Light World dungeons and planets.
I hate to interrupt you, but he just found the Titans, Mitz.
He found some value here. He's got the full top row right now. He got a mushroom there, too, as well. So that's pretty cool. Little trade quest, little fetch quest.
So now that he does have Titans, Mitz, he has so much scavenging and spelunking to do on Death Mountain. He's going to be here for a minute while bentglasstube is coming into his Aghanim fight. He's going to be coming up on his... getting squirrel blocked a little bit for Anaconda there. He's going to be coming up on his hook shot as well, and that's going to open up his seed. And I'm sure he'll have the same idea as Anaconda heading up to the mountain. Maybe he'll skip out on the catfish, though, save himself a little bit of time. Or hey,
he definitely could.
He could head to Northern Dark World for all we know. Hey, Flippers from Wild Anaconda there, but he saved and quit right out. Heading to Sanctuary with those Titans mitts.
Interesting decision. He did have access to a lot of the Dark World Death Mountain chest there after getting the Titans mitts. Maybe he didn't quite realize, when you find an item in the place where you can use it, sometimes there's a little bit of dissonance. You don't quite
easily
register, I can do this right now. So I can understand that feeling.
Yep. He found a bottle with a bee in it, I think, in King's Tomb. So he started another fetch quest. He might be heading to town to see what that sick kid has, because neither one of these players have checked that. That's the first bottle that we've seen, not including the anxiety tree bottle, which they do have access to after beating Aghanim if they wanted it.
Beator seed confirmed.
That's 2 bottles with bees that we've seen.
He's going to be checking that sick kid right now. bentglasstube grabbing his hook shot. I'm sure he's pretty happy. Let's see where he goes from here.
$50 from the sick kid. Here's some money. Get out of my house. Looks like he's going to catfish as well. Again, I agree with this play, because it is an item that's out of the way, but that's the exact reason getting it out of the way is kind of nice. Don't let that slip from your mind. If you put it off, you could put it off for far too long.
Basically, if you're going to save and quit anyways, you might as well do it. Now, yeah, I get you. And Wild is now in the village of Outcast. He's going to be checking the chess game here, probably a few other items, and he could potentially go into Thieves Town. He doesn't have the hammer, which is required to check one of the chests there, and then he also doesn't have the fire rod, which is required for Skull Woods, which is just north of the village of Outcast. But he's going to go to Thieves Town. He will be able to complete it.
Yep. He can get a crystal from his dungeon, but like you said, and like we've seen in this tournament already a couple times, missing out on this one chest could cost you the race if it's something important and you forget to come back. Whoa! Finding the ocarina in an awesome spot. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the mirror, so whenever he leaves the dungeon, he can't just mirror out and activate the ocarina, but finding it now, very good to see.
That's awesome. He'll be able to head towards the Misery Mire area that opens up that whole area, and it also just helps with kind of just mobility around the map. It's just an amazing item to have this early on before you've even completed any dungeons with crystals.
Yep, which we know every Dark World dungeon contains a crystal. I don't think I've seen the map yet to see where 5 and 6 are. 5 and 6 both being required to get into the Fat Fairy Cave. Let's see, Bent Glass is going to North Dark World right now. He took a little bit of the long way around, seeing as he doesn't have the Titan's mitt yet.
Or the hammer to get to the south side.
That's right.
So this is, or I guess, flippers might help, maybe.
Yeah, there's a few items to move around Dark World efficiently, and he has not went to the mountain yet to find some of those. Cool little backtrack hook shot there. Fill up his health. He is in Dark World with 5 hearts, even with red mail. It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of the hearts these guys have picked up have been heart pieces rather than full hearts, so
that's right.
It's been kind of rough, but they do have that red mail, so at least there's some comfort there.
Speaking of taking damage and Dark World being dangerous, WildAnaconda took a beating in the Hellway here in Thieves Town, but he got through it. He's all right. He's trucking along through this dungeon.
There's a reason why it's called the Hellway.
That's right. Bentglass is doing some overworld stuff before heading into the dungeon. If he is even going to, he might opt out of it and just go ahead and keep checking, circling around the, southwest.
Wild taking a bit of damage here. He needs to be really careful with his health.
Yeah, taking a death in Thieves Town can be pretty costly on time, seeing as you have to go all the way through the first areas, go all the way up to hit a crystal just to get back into this area.
So we did get a glimpse of the map here on bentglasstube side. It looked like the crystals 5 and 6 were in Palace of Darkness and Turtle Rock.
Oh, painful hearing that one of them's in T-Rock.
But in theory, that could be required.
WildAnaconda getting a dash straight through a fireball coming out of that red horse head. Got really lucky there. That would have been a good chunk of damage there, even with red mail. But he got lucky. I think it's a frame roll is what it's called whenever you just dash straight through an enemy. Whoa! Speaking of taking damage, Bentglass down to 1 heart as well.
These guys really have to be careful with their health. Wild's gonna have to put on a good fight here to make it through blind.
Lucky for Bentglass, he does have that Cane of Virnia if he wants to pull it out at any time. He has full magic. I mean, it could come in handy.
Awesome fight from Wild, grabbing himself a red cane from blind.
Very good item find, and he lands his first crystal. Wow, we know that the Cane of Samaria is required. Guaranteed required in this seed. So, cool find on his part. I did not keep track of the dungeon items, like the map in the compass, so I'm not sure if he knows whether or not he has to go back with the hammer later on to check that last chest.
Same. But what's interesting about this is Wild now has access to completing Misery Mire entirely.
That's right.
He has every piece of the puzzle he needs, even has that lamp.
Oh, I'm very nervous for Bentglass. He's half-hearting it through the Hellway right now. Seems like he's doing just fine, though. He's taking his time.
Pacing himself, yeah.
Nice! And he's through, guys. All right.
Somehow that anti-fairy got, like, stuck over on the right side of those pegs, which
I saw
really helped him. That was good.
Oh, he looks like he's going for some invincibility frames here. I dig it. Very nice. Very nice. Good for him.
Speaking of digging it, Wild is heading over to the digging game right now. Gonna try to dig up some dreams here.
Yep. I'm hoping he digs up a shovel. That's what I'm hoping he digs up. I've always wanted to see that in a seed.
That happened in a tournament race recently.
Really?
So yeah, that was really awesome to see.
There's so many, it's easy to miss them. Speaking of which, guys, this is, the 8th day of the tournament. This tournament has just started, and there's tons more to go. I hope everybody's enjoying it. This is just the group stage. We're not even into the brackets yet. I don't know where I was going with that shout out to the tournament, but
but basically, keep watching these. There's races going on not only this channel, Speed Gaming, but also on Speedruns Live and Speed Gaming 2. There's races happening all over the place. You guys can check the schedule.
Yeah, very hype tournament. And speaking of hype, we're coming into the hype cave right now. Bentglasstube still with that half a heart. He's making me clench throughout this entire dungeon. I'm hoping he gets a heart drop soon. Hey, we have a mirror and an ice rod.
We have a sword, a mirror, and an ice rod, and a heart. which is pretty exciting too.
Yeah, we don't call it the hype cave because it's lame. Oh my goodness.
There is a reason that is the hype cave. Huge value.
Yeah. Bent glass. Finally finding some health there. Really, really happy about that. Feeling a lot more comfortable for him. WildAnaconda showing, these guys were in the dungeon around the same time. WildAnaconda showing that he has, really clean movement. He knows this game. Clean gameplay from him so far, knocking out that first dungeon. And here we go, bentglasstube coming into his blind fight.
Now, hopefully, bentglasstube realizes that he has the Cane of Burna for this fight, so if he gets a little low on health, he can use that magic to his benefit. Because he did pop into Eastern and grab that, which Wild has not done yet.
Yep. Something else that he might not realize is having that mirror shield. He could stand a little bit more still or stand still in the corner and deflect these lasers and these energy shots coming at him from all these heads, but doesn't need the cane, doesn't need the shield. He does just fine. Kills blind and gets his cane.
Awesome fight from bentglasstube as Wild does activate that swag duck. See those swag ducks in the chat.
I like his choice to do it with a portal there, going back into Dark World as well. Let's see where he's headed now. Oh, that portal doesn't even matter at this point. Yeah, he's heading straight into the Misery Mire area. Ooh, I didn't see what it was. I didn't see what medallion it was.
I want to say it was Ether. He keeps...
He's fast. Yeah. He's very fast. He takes a peek at an item, and we're trying to peek at it too. Just like whenever he went into his maps, it was his map to see what the locations were. They're so fast. But it is a race.
Wild skipping out of the heart and then deciding, you know what? Our health has been kind of low this whole time. And I'm maybe going into Misery Mire here in a second. Maybe I should have a little more health.
Yeah, Vitreous is no joke whatsoever. WildAnaconda does not have the cape or the Cane of Burna, or the silver arrows, so he could have a fight on his hands if he heads into that dungeon, which he can complete right now if he wants to.
It looks like the medallion required was Quake, which he does have, and he has selected it, so that makes sense.
Yep, he's switched over to Quake. He has Wavy Coin in hand. Let's see what he finds in here. Nothing of value. A little bit of money. Oh man, this is an exciting seed.
Definitely is. We still have an outstanding hammer and fire rod, which are very crucial items in the game, and some more medallions as well.
Yeah, tons of items to be found. We now see Anaconda earlier, whenever he was on the mountain, he could have checked a lot more chests in Dark Death Mountain. He could have also checked to see what he needs to get into T-Rock. We'll see if that plays out later. Where's Bent Glass going? It looks like he's heading down to south. Okay, he's going to South Dark World.
He's going to Hype Cave. He wants some hype.
Yep, which is going to be very hype for him. He's going to find himself a mirror and an ice rod. So we'll all be excited for him. We'll all be hyped for him, I guess I should say, while Anaconda clears out this dungeon. A full clear of Mire is actually not that bad. Obviously, dungeon rushing this dungeon is a lot of fun, but there's quite a few items that he could find in here. Hopefully hammer or fire rod will be among those. It looks like we have a mirror on bentglasstube's timer there. Really good to see. Little cameo from the magic mirror. Looks like Bent Glass is going to check something that I totally agree with this routing. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. I thought he was going to be heading down to the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, that could have been an opportunity for him to check that. Maybe he's thinking about something. But there's definitely this mirror cave over here that he can make use of that mirror. Again, you know, where Wild didn't realize, you know, or maybe he didn't want to check those Death Mountain items with that Titan's Mitt, you know, being able to use an item immediately after finding it is a skill in and of itself. Like, you might have a plan, but when you find something like that, you may want to reconsider.
That's right. You can kind of go into autopilot when it comes to checking certain areas, and then that one item that you found that opens up more, you're dead right. It's easy to mess up like that, mess up a little bit of routing, but more often than not, routing can cost or can, you know, make or break a racer.
I really like this routing from bentglasstube. He's going towards the swag duck. I think he's going to go activate that flute. And
activate his flute, and I don't know where he's going to go from there. Oh, hey, Red Guard giving him the business, beating him up in the corner. I think WildAnaconda's almost done clearing out the dungeon.
Yeah, he's just got the west wing here.
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 unique items in Misery Mire, so it potentially one of these could be the hammer or the fire rod.
That's right. That's right. Or it could be one of these quest items, something like, you know, the mushroom or the shovel or the powder that leads you to another item or leads you to another location where you could get an item. Oh, this is unfortunate for WildAnaconda. He does have to do slow torches here in Misery Mire. Not being able to take advantage of shooting fire rod through the blocks as he pushes them. He does not have a fire rod. While he's in this cutscene, let's see where Bent Glass is heading. Bent Glass is heading to the mountain. Alright, maybe he'll stick around and check out Dark Death Mountain a little bit more once he finds himself some Titan's Mitts. Oh, I was incorrect. I think he's going to get that freebie bottle. Yep. No pun intended.
Hey, extra safeties are nice, and I don't think he has a bottle yet either.
Oh,
so
that's
this is
right.
actually his first bottle, so he'll be able to check the sick kid, which we know he's just gonna say, "Take my money and get out of here." But
yeah. There's $50. Leave me alone. My sinuses are acting up. Which is actually a really good play too, because he has the activated flute, so he can move around the map really well, going to get that bottle and then just going straight back to town. I really like the routing. Anaconda's heading into the final stretch of Misery Mire. He's heading down to the basement. He's got a fight on his hand, guys. He has 5.5 hearts. Even with red mail, Vitreous packs a wallop. So he's gonna have to be careful. Taking a death here.
We see some players using, you know, cape strats and things. None of that is available to WildAnaconda for this fight. So he's gonna have to prepare himself.
WildAnaconda had a really nice cane dash strat in that dark room. Played it out perfectly. Really fast strats. You know this guy knows what he's doing whenever he has, or you know a racer knows what he's doing whenever they have really clean room strats, room-specific strats.
Yeah, beautiful play.
Mm-hmm.
We got bentglasstube heading up to Zora. Definitely not a bad plan.
No, unfortunately, he is going to be paying for a soggy blue boomerang, which we know. There's no way for him to know that, but he has the money for it. Why not?
So let's see this Vitreous fight.
Yeah. By the books, jumping in the goo, and oh, he does have a ton of arrows. Lucky for him, he has a lot of arrows. He has gold sword. Gets down to 2 hearts and decides, nope, I'm not jumping in the goop any longer. Nice. Looks like he didn't have any troubles at all. Even switches to the mirror before the last arrow hits.
Yeah, awesome fight from Wild there.
Mm-hmm. And he lands his second crystal. I don't think the dungeon paid off anything worthwhile whatsoever. Yeah, I don't think there was anything good in this dungeon. So this is an opportunity for Bent Glass later on, if he finds more lucrative items in other places. Whenever he comes here, maybe he won't have to search through the entire dungeon.
Yeah, maybe he'll be in go mode, and you won't have to worry about any of that. So interesting to see how these guys are branching. Now, Bent Glass, with that hook shot, still has not visited Death Mountain.
No, I thought that's where he was headed earlier. No.
And we know that's going to pay off big time. Looks like Wild is going to go for his second visit to Death Mountain, probably clean up the dark Death Mountain side. He also has access to Tower of Hera with that mirror.
Yep. And a fire source if he wants to finish it up. Bentglass pulled the same exact mistake that WildAnaconda did earlier in the race. He went to King's Tomb without the Titan's Mitt, ran all the way there and realized, oh, I can't get in there. Well, at least not through those means. Ooh, I smacked my mic. Right. Sorry, everybody.
You're good.
Anaconda playing some Ring Around the Rosie here at Dark Death Mountain. Alright, there we go. He's in the cave. Excited to see what this place holds.
Yeah, there are going to be 6 items that you can check up here, and then with that mirror, he'll be able to get over to the Tower of Hera side and check Ether. So a 7th item there, the Ether tablet, and then also all the items in the Tower of Hera as well.
That's right, and I'm sure he'll take a moment to look at T-Rock, knowing that it is a crystal dungeon, see what he needs to enter there. Both of these racers only having the wavy coin, the Quake medallion. Hopefully, or I'm sure he's hoping that it's already, or it's the only medallion he's going to need in the race. It is, nope, Ether. Ether is required to get into T-Rock.
One more item for these guys to search out. One more item to be at that Master Sword pedestal.
That's right. That is right. I totally spaced on that. Maybe it'll be Fire Rod. Maybe we'll get lucky. Hey, half magic find for WildAnaconda. And Bombos, the medallion he doesn't need. Still a good item to have. Not having Fire Rod and finding Bombos means that he could jump into Ice Palace and clear that dungeon out, not having the Fire Rod at all.
Now, bentglasstube was on a mission to go for this Cape Grave, and he's going to pull it off, but has a little bit of trouble with it.
Yeah.
But he'll get there.
Poorly placed mirror, or poorly placed warp, but he gets it, yep, and he's in.
And he will be rewarded, I believe, with another bottle.
Good for him. He can also check behind King's Tomb up on that ledge where WildAnaconda could not because he didn't have the mirror at the time.
Yeah, great routing.
Routing's a big deal, especially whenever it gets down to those last couple of items or last item that you need and you're retracing your steps and racking your brain trying to figure out where you haven't been or where you need to go back to. So routing can play out really big for Bentglass here. WildAnaconda, I don't think he didn't even look or didn't even stick his head into Tower of Hera. It being a pendant dungeon, he opted out of even checking to see if there's anything in there of importance.
That could be a nice time save, or it could really hurt him quite a bit.
Yeah, it could come back to haunt him for sure. But just like the racers, we don't know yet what's in there.
It's like bentglasstube is continuing his Dark World exploration. Looks like he's going to jump into the Dark World from the Aghanim portal here.
It might not seem like much, but every time he has to save and quit and then run from Link's house to the Hyrule Castle warp to get around Dark World, every time he does that, he's losing a little bit of time, sinking a little bit of time in each one of those save and quits. Because WildAnaconda did go up to the mountain, check it out, and find those Titan's mitts, giving him a little bit more leniency when it comes to Dark World exploration.
Absolutely. It looks like bentglasstube is looking to go to Palace of Darkness here.
Yeah, big gamble here, going into a dungeon that does have a crystal, but he cannot finish it. Of course, he doesn't even have the money to enter the dungeon. I think he's realizing that now. Yeah, okay, he is. He's realizing, I can't do this. I don't have the hammer. I don't have 110 rupees. Let's do something else.
Monkeys OP. They'll make you pay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Especially the purple ones. It's always the purple ones that really catch you for all your cash. WildAnaconda, nice. He's going to be checking out a couple of items here. He's not going to be able to check out what the pegs or the Batcave have. So this is going to be another one of those locations where he can check a couple places, but he's going to be forced to come back later. Well,
Right.
possibly forced to come back later.
It's kind of like that item behind the graveyard that he just went back to check. You know, it's losing a little bit of time based on the routing, but you know, this could give you some progress to go in some direction. Maybe it gives you that hammer.
Or the powder, yeah, exactly. It could definitely give you the item that you need in that area.
Exactly.
Of course, like we've seen, sometimes when that happens, you know, he could find the powder and then just bail out, not realizing, oh wait, that's what I needed here. Good choice for him to flute out with the purple chest. Although he tries to dash, you can't dash with the purple chest following you unless you hookshot something first. Ooh, found the net. Another luxury item.
Nothing but net from Gary.
Nothing but net from Gary coming out of the purple chest. And now he's gonna check out this fetch quest here with the mushroom. I don't even remember where he found the mushroom. I think the mountain somewhere, possibly?
Yeah, I think it was on Death Mountain. It was one of the items there, so...
And some
20
money.
rupees. bentglasstube has the right idea for the mountain now, and he is going to be cashing in on a lot of value up here, so this could pay off big time for him. This might put him on a really good path.
Mm-hmm. WildAnaconda. I like this move. It's kind of a gamble, but I really like this move. He's going into Ice Palace with Bombos. He does have half magic, so I mean he can let these spells fly if he wants to. Gotta love area of effect attacks.
Right, something that might not be known very well. I mean, it's fairly well known against most people who run the randomizer, but these ice guys that come out of the walls, they are immune to basically everything but Fire Rod and Bombos, which is really interesting. So Bombos can help you get in here and acquire some of the items that are in here. You'll see later on there's actually a room where there's an item and you need to defeat 2 of these guys in order to make that chest appear.
That's right. Bentglass found his Titan's Mitt, so I'm sure he's happy about that. He might be heading straight to Dark Death Mountain here, which is going to save him a lot of time over WildAnaconda when it comes to the routing, because Wild did kind of take off for a while before returning to the mountain.
And in theory, Fire Rod could actually be in Ice Palace too, so keep that in mind.
That's true. The logic could allow it because of where the Bombos medallion was. We still don't know what's on the Master Sword pedestal though, so I haven't lost any hype for that whatsoever. Oh,
there's plenty of fun to be had there. These players have the ability to complete all 3 pendant dungeons, so there is some reality there, but there's still plenty of places to check.
That's right. Beautiful.
Dream is alive.
Beautiful bomb jump from WildAnaconda. Set it up really fast. Got it first try. No messing around. He's clearing out this dungeon pretty fast. This right here, after these penguins, this is when the routing for Ice Palace really starts to pay off. You start to see who knows their stuff at this point.
So here's that room I was talking about where you can use Bombos to clear out these guys. You're going to get a chest. And it looks like bentglasstube is excitingly going to go to Dark World Death Mountain, so we're going to get to see some of this stuff again, which is good for him. I mean, he's going to be able to cash in, and maybe he'll make the choice to go into Hera, which is really exciting. So I want to know what's in there. There could be some awesome value.
Tower of Hera with a hammer hidden deep within or something, you know, that could pay off huge for him and give him, I mean, a lead on WildAnaconda. Even with WildAnaconda having a second crystal and coming up on a third after finishing Ice, finding that hammer now would be a big deal for Bent.
Or even a Fire Rod that could push you in the direction of Skull Woods, which might have some value in it too.
Yep. What else is there? Oh, of course, we're also looking for the Ether Medallion. That Ether Medallion is required for Turtle Rock. So, lots of possibilities. Lots and lots of possibilities. Clean dungeon so far for Wild Anaconda. I really like his routing through Ice Palace.
Very, very clean. I believe he did get a key in the first chest, so he had an opportunity to make a little bit of a different routing decision, but this allows him to grab the chest over by the jellies a lot sooner, which we saw was 20 rupees, so it didn't work out this time, but that can pay off if it's something good.
Yep, and it saves you backtracking. You can really mess yourself up, or you can really have a bad seed in, bad item locations. And whoa, hey, he saved and quit out.
He does not have the hammer to continue on in Ice Palace to collect
the last chest.
Yeah, okay. To collect the rest of the items in Ice Palace. So Ice Palace might still hold some secrets here. Maybe that ether medallion's in Ice Palace. But right now, Wild still needs the hammer to make some progress here.
Oh, that's right. You even said that finding that early key, he got to the jelly chest first. That's why I was a little bit nervous. Like, whoa, you're forgetting something there, bud. But no, he most definitely did not. He cleared out as much as he could first. This could be a big play for Wild Anaconda. He's heading to Eastern Palace, I think.
Well, he hasn't been there yet, and he can complete it because he does have the bow.
That's right.
Bent Glass has done his item collection in Dark World Death Mountain.
Yep.
And he is off to, I imagine, the Ether Tablet and Tower of Hera.
Possibly Tower of Hera.
To dip it. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, it's looking like it. He's right in front.
All right, here we go, guys. Let's see what Hera has to offer. Now, not only is he going to be able to see what items are in here, I think he has, 2 opportunities to find a good item in this dungeon, but he's also going to get the green pendant if he decides to kill Moldorm. The green pendant will give him another item from Sahasrara. So, pretty good play for him. We'll see if it pays off. Really cool gamble.
So interestingly, we see a key here early on, which means you can't go upwards. You have to use a fire source to head down and get the big key to make progress.
Yep.
Fortunately, he does have one, so he's good to go.
Yep. Entering my favorite room in the game, this Tower of Hera tile room. Let's see how he handles it. I like how he's handling it.
I like to think that there's like elevator music playing while you're sitting on those pegs.
Yeah, the digging game or chess game music.
Oh, that would be pretty good. Yeah.
Cool maneuvers from Wild Anaconda, using his hook shot throughout Eastern Palace, getting through that skeleton room, controlling which ones spawn and killing them before they show up. Something I would like to point out is if bentglasstube, for whatever reason, accidentally hit right before hitting down, he could push himself into a spot getting stuck on top of those pegs where he would have to mirror out and redo the tile room, waiting the half a minute or so for them to finish. But luckily he does not. He gets through, gets his big key, and I'd imagine he mirrors out now. Yep.
Yeah, he'll be heading upstairs. Pretty exciting. We will get to see what Hera has to offer.
Yep. Not to mention, if he decides to go and kill Moldorm, which I'd imagine he does, this is going to be a very overpowered Link going into the fight. It's always nice to see. It's very cathartic to see. Oh, he fell in the hole. It's very cathartic to see, overpowered Link come in and just kill the caterpillar without any worries, without any troubles.
And Wild is indeed going to finish off the Armos Knights, or at least check this chest.
Yep. Both racers seem to be finishing their first pendant dungeon.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's nice to see the difference in routing. Looks like Bentglass is having a little bit of trouble with the dungeon.
Wild not picking up the key, having half a heart here. Both of these players are having a little bit of difficulty in their respective pendant dungeons. They were beasting through the crystal ones.
Yeah, no problem in the Dark World dungeons. Well, I mean, Ben had a little bit of trouble in Thieves Town, but these Light World dungeons, you'd expect them, they're super overpowered, no problem whatsoever. No, Wild Anaconda almost took a death there. Would have been a painful death too. The first half of Eastern Palace being, a little bit linear, no shortcuts or anything. But he's okay. He's on his way.
Yeah, he's playing a little safer. Trying to kill every enemy along the way. Dodge things.
Yep.
He should be fine.
Have you noticed the prize packs are pretty much all 20 rupees and 4 bomb drops? It's really crazy.
See another sword in Hera.
Yep, bring around the Rosie. Oh.
Oh my god.
Get up! He's got it. Oh my goodness, Wild Anaconda, you're making me nervous, sir. He only has a half a heart, maybe a quarter of a heart during this Armos fight here at the end. Finds the shovel for his troubles.
Ooh, that could be big.
Yeah. Yeah, gets the red pendant. I liked his menuing there. He went straight to the shovel and switched it back to the flute. He's definitely going to flute out as soon as he gets out of Eastern Palace.
Now, interestingly, bentglasstube decided not to defeat Moldorm.
Yeah, that might not pay off. Because if I'm not mistaken, he did find the compass and the map, so Moldorm has an item. We don't know what it is.
And there's a green pendant dropped from
That's
Moldorm
right.
as well.
So missing out on at least 2 items because of that. Whether they're important or not is yet to be seen, but hey, it might be a gamble worth paying off. Oh, the
Quality
the
20 rupees.
Yeah. Well, banging his head on the tree. Nothing like a little bit of wasted time, but worth his efforts to at least check anyway.
Well, now that he has a pendant, is this the chance for Wild to actually check the Master Sword pedestal? Is he gonna do it? He's heading into the Dark World, so I don't know.
Yeah, he could go to Skull Woods to clear out some of it, see what he can find. It's not crazy to think you'll find Fire Rod in Skull Woods. It happens. You know, the vanilla location for the Fire Rod in the original game.
This is exciting. He's on his way towards the Master Sword pedestal. This could happen soon, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully he realizes it.
I hope he checks too. Ben Glass going and checking the hobo, getting a little bit of love from him. Ooh, already finding one of the what, 2 items that you can get out of Skull Woods. Finding a red potion. Oh, finding another one.
Both of them.
So he can go. Well, he could just leave, I guess, at this point. He could just leave the dungeon after, you know, grabbing a couple of keys.
It looks like he's continuing. So I think he is on the path to that Master Sword pedestal. I think a save and quit would generally be faster here.
I think so too.
In most situations.
Unless, of course, it is easy to be, you know, in the heat of the moment and not be paying attention to how many items you've found or keeping track of keys and dungeon gear. Nope,
oh, why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Wait. He's mirroring.
I see him turning around. No, he's fluting.
Get his flute out. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. The hype can continue, though. I like the suspense.
The suspense is good. We see Wild making a play towards Eastern. Oh no, towards Palace of Darkness, but he doesn't have the hammer to get in.
Doesn't seem to know where he's going.
He has no idea where he's going, but in the meantime, bentglasstube's doing a lot of overworld exploration, so it's giving him a chance to catch up. He's delivering that smithy.
Mm-hmm. Wild Anaconda looking at his menu again. I think he's on a mission at this point. I think he has decided where he's going next. Oh, I have no idea. There is.
I think he's going to pod. I think he's going to pod right now.
Yep, this is a gamble, guys. It's a gamble that very well could pay off.
Yeah, we saw bentglasstube try to go here, but he didn't have the cash to do it. So this time we're gonna see what happens in pod, and he does have the lamp, so he'll be able to not have to deal with dark rooms. Mm-hmm. But he won't be able to complete the dungeon without the hammer. But if the hammer is here, he's gonna be in really good shape.
Yep. Now, another place that they might fail to check for a while, and it would really stink if it was the hammer, is the single item that you can get to in Swamp Palace. There's one item location behind a bombable wall that you can get to. That, I mean, the chances of it being hammer are slim, but there is the chance.
Oh, I've seen plenty of seeds with the item there, and it's always exciting. I've had the hook shot be there twice in a row.
My goodness,
back-to-back seeds. Yep, pretty fun stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure Wild did not check the Bombos tablet.
No, he did not.
bentglasstube may have a chance to get ahead here if something good's there.
Yeah, bentglass actually opted to walk the entire way through Dark World to save that Dark World portal, or that, Light World portal back into Dark World. So, good routing on his part again. I love seeing races like this where Anaconda seems to have the skill up, a little bit one-up on skill when it comes to the race, but bentglass is showing some really good routing on his part. It's anybody's race, guys. We have no idea. He gets some money from the heavens. That's unfortunate. But look at this. We're getting another Light World dungeon.
Ooh, I like it. And he can complete it if he wants. Or he's gonna flew it out.
I think he's realizing that he's realizing he has Titan's bits. He can take the back door into Desert Palace. He doesn't have to wait for that animation of reading the book to the pedestal and standing there with his hand on his face.
Again, clever routing.
Yeah. It can make or break a race, man. So many races have, the best skilled racers can lose a race to somebody that maybe not as skilled, but they just route more efficiently. I think WildAnaconda has 3 out of the 4 bottles, and he knows where the 4th one is. I didn't mean to interrupt
apparently
myself there,
we missed Ether in Hera. When did we miss that? We must have had something exciting going on Wild's side of the board. So everyone's saying that Ether was in Hera. So that's a huge advantage for bentglasstube.
Yep. And I don't think he even knows it. I don't think he checked the T-Rock entrance.
I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, whether he did or not, he has all 3.
He's good. It doesn't matter to him. Yeah, he's good to go. Good point.
Alrighty. Let's see how Palace of Darkness pays off. Silver arrows, that's nice.
That's a nice payoff.
Yeah. Sometimes, it's a luxury item for some runners. I think it would be a luxury item for Anaconda. He does know how to kill Ganon just with the Master Sword or better. But still a great item to find. bentglass is heading into mire, yep.
I mean, if you're checking items anyway and you find it along the way, it just speeds up your Ganon fight. And we see the fire rod here in Palace of Darkness.
Very, very nice to see. That could lead him to going and killing Mothula. Maybe Mothula's, flying around with the hammer. We'll see. Either way, it's going to lead him back to Mothula, which might lead us to the Master Sword pedestal. Hammer could be at the pedestal.
It definitely still could. That's the dream right now, guys.
That is the dream.
The dream is still alive.
Yeah, we got to get those 3 pendants to get the Master Hammer. That sounds good to me.
And what's kind of interesting about the hammer not being found yet is that Turtle Rock is just out of play right now.
That's right.
It cannot be, nothing can be in Turtle Rock for these guys at this point. Turtle Rock, once they get the hammer, they'll be able to just rush through it as best they can.
Looks like our dreams are coming true. WildAnaconda is heading into the Kakariko portal. Yep, he's heading into Skull Woods.
Well, he got the fire rod, so this is his chance.
That's right.
To finish Skull Woods. And we know he's already found both of the items in Skull Woods, so this is his chance to check that Master Sword pedestal.
WildAnaconda is on a search for hammer, and he knows that he needs the Ether Medallion, which is in Hera. That could trip him up a little bit. That could give bentglass a pretty good edge, depending on how things go from here on out.
But if the Master Sword pedestal has hammer, then I think Wild is gonna have the edge. He's gonna definitely kind of be ahead on that pendant acquisition because he already got the red pendant from Armos.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
And then he'll probably go into Hera anyways to get the pendant there.
I like how it's playing out. I really do.
Bent glass diving through Misery Mire. A lot of different ways you can go. I kind of like coming up to this room sometimes because the big key can be in a chest that's on the right side, so that can kind of speed up the traversal there. But he's getting kind of low on health on his route here.
Oh, it takes a death. Takes death. No matter what mail you're wearing, some enemies and some objects just do a solid heart of damage. That includes those anti-fairies, which he got beat up by. While Anaconda killing Mothula so fast, I didn't even see what the item drop was. Must have been a good fight.
I think it was a map or something, but this is the moment of truth, my friends. This is the moment of truth. Will he check the Master Sword? He's leaving!
Nope.
Oh, no!
No! Here we go. Drum roll, fellas.
Oh,
Drum
here
roll.
it is!
Oh, come on. Cross your fingers, everybody. And...
Oh, full heart. Wah, wah.
Oh, well. Maybe next time.
Now, there's still the distinct possibility that Sahasrara could have the hammer here as
That's
well,
true.
and Hera could have all the value.
Yeah, that would mean that Hera ended up having the last two items required for Wild to go into go mode. Bent Glass only needing to get, also Fire Rod from Palace of Darkness, but he bailed on Hera.
Yeah, that would be extra tragic for Bent Glass here because he would think, oh, I've already got all the items in there, but that green pendant leads you on a path.
Yep. Backtracking can cost you a lot, especially whenever it's mountain visits. Anytime you have to revisit the mountain is painful.
So Wild, realizing that he has a couple of mirror spots to clean up here, is heading south of the village of Outcasts, so we're going to see him check these caves. I'm sure he's going to head over to Bombos.
Yep. He has 11 hearts.
We might even see him check that first chest in Swamp as well, as you mentioned earlier, which is exciting.
Yeah, if that's Hammer, that means he's almost good to go. All he'll need is that one item hiding in Hera. That could, like I said earlier, that could trip him up pretty badly. Okay, he's going to check Bombos now. Get some money from the Hylian gods, I guess. I don't know what to expect. Also, I think Anaconda does have 3 crystals right now. His HUD says 2, but I think that's the third one.
Skullwoods, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would be 3.
And we do know at this point that the Fat Fairy is not required because basically, in order to get into T-Rock, you need the items that he's missing, and T-Rock has Crystal 6, I believe.
Yep. The hammer cannot be in T-Rock because you need it to get in there just to get into the entrance. And it being the 5th or 6th crystal, I think 6th in the seed, we know that Fat Fairy doesn't even need to be visited. He doesn't know that. I mean, Fat Fairy could have... well, no, he does know that because it's the same medallion as well. Same dungeon, same medallion. Yeah,
so here's the dream. Here's the dream. Wild is going into Swamp.
Yeah, here we go.
One chest in here.
Yeah. Pretty big time sink with the cutscene of, draining the water and everything. Bent glass tube struggling a little bit, getting chased by an energy ball there, but makes good use of the iframes. Oh, bomb upgrade. Makes good use of the iframes there from his hook shot. I think he's done with the dungeon. Oh, almost done with the dungeon.
So I think Wild doesn't have a lot of options here. I think he's probably going to end up heading to the Tower of Hera.
Yeah, at this point, I would imagine it's one of these pendant dungeons. At the end of Tower of Hera, you could find the hammer, because we didn't see Bent Glass finish it. It could also be at the end of Desert. Or it could be Sahasrara.
Right, I'm not sure how many items they picked up in Desert. but because I know Wild went in there.
Yeah, sometimes it's pretty difficult to keep up with the dungeon gear. You know, I leave that up to the racers, let them do it themselves.
Right,
or,
so that might be why
he's
he's coming here immediately, basically.
But we know he's on his way to find the medallion he needs. The final medallion.
Absolutely, and if he does follow through with completing Tower of Hera, he will be rewarded with the green pendant, and Sahasrara will be unlocked.
It seems that some people in chat are saying, you know, hey, Ben Glass already found all of the items that you can find in Tower of Hera. Well, he didn't get the green pendant, which does allow you to get an item from Sahasrara as well. Might not seem like much, it might seem kind of obscure, but that one item can change everything. Especially if it's a hammer. Ooh, speaking of hammer... Well, no, never mind. Yeah, I think it's down to these Light World dungeons.
I feel like it is. Hammer has locked out a bunch of options for these players. So in a way, it's actually helped guide them to these particular places.
I'm going to go ahead and predict that Sahasrara is going to have the magic powder, and the magic powder is going to lead him to Batcave to get him the hammer. That's my guess.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh my goodness, baby Moldorm, leave me alone. Anaconda getting beat up by a baby Moldorm there. I think he took 3, maybe even 4 hits. But Red Mail doing its job. Let's see how Bent Glass handles Vitreous. He's down to 3 hearts.
He does have that blue cane, though.
He does.
It could pay off big time. Wild didn't have that luxury.
Good call, by the way. He does pull it out. Seems to be waiting, saving his magic. Oh, very nice. Very nice move on his part.
Impressive timing on using the cane there, right as the lightning's coming down.
Yep. He turns it off and switches to his bow. Yep. Knew that's what he was going to do. Very good call for him. Clean fight, clean and safe fight. I don't think he moved. I think he entered the room and just stood still.
So we see that ether in the first chest here, and then there was a sword in the big chest. So Wild has ether, but he's following through. He's going for that green pendant. Great Vitreous fights from both of these guys. Let's see how Wild Anaconda handles this big caterpillar with all this extra gear, all this overpowered gear. Gotta love a gold sword fight. Oh! Didn't matter. That extra gear didn't pay off. He got bodied and knocked down. Again, these Light World dungeons giving these players a little more difficulty than the Dark World ones, I feel. Yeah. Oh, look at Bent Glass. Really great routing on his part. He's heading into the second half of Desert, which he has not checked the Master Sword pedestal. He might just be opting out to get this pendant just to be getting it. I'm sure Wild Anaconda will flute directly to 5 and go and see what Sahasrara has to offer. I'm thinking that it's the hammer, but I hope it's the powder. Give him just one more step. Yeah, one more process. Just postponing that item. Here we go. Ben Glass making quick work of Desert Palace. No problem whatsoever. After getting out of Misery Mire, it has to be pretty comfortable to go to this dungeon. He still needs to dip his head into Palace of Darkness, unbeknownst to him, to find that fire rod. Right. Oh. We see a piece of heart from Sahasrara. So unfortunate. Where is this hammer, Where is this hammer? This hammer is so elusive. I have no idea. Here in Desert is our Land Molus carrying these the awesome hammer? Because Wild is heading over. It's looking like Desert now. He's already cleared Mire. Holy smokes! bentglasstube has the hammer, which means he's going to be able to go into Palace of Darkness. Whenever he finds the fire rod in Palace of Darkness, he will be in go mode, and he'll be able to knock out a couple of dungeons, well, at least one dungeon, Skull Woods,
through Dungeon Rush, which Wild Anaconda could not. Oh, very exciting. This is anybody's race, guys. Holy moly. Oh, bentglasstube. He's heading... that's unfortunate. He's heading into Swamp Palace, which we know isn't going to get him his last item. Well,
he also needs to go to the Dark World first.
yeah, that's true. He realized it. He walked in and just kind of stared at the wall like, what am I doing? But he figured it out and he headed back out of there.
Wild's about to get his big payoff and grab his third pendant.
Cool hammer dash from Bentglass there, going up through those 3 pegs from the south. I like it. I like the swagger. Cool. If you can't be fast, be flashy. Not to say he's not fast, because both of these guys are clearing out this not really trolley, but linear seed. They're both doing a great job so far. I say that as Wild Anaconda takes a rock to the face from the Landmolus, and he gets his hammer with the spin attack fanfare. Very nice. I think he's in go mode, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that puts Wild Anaconda in go mode, so he still has a bunch of dungeons to clear out, though. He has to go to Swamp, he has to go to Palace of Darkness, he has to go to Turtle Rock, and where else does he have to go? Ice.
Ice. Oh, of course, Ice.
To finish up Ice. Yeah. And it looks like he's going to go to Ice right now.
Yeah, and everybody's saying that Wild Anaconda sealed the deal. No, this is anybody's race. bentglasstube, even though he's going into Swamp, which he's not going to be able to Dungeon Rush, if he can get to Palace of Darkness before going to Ice, he'll get to Dungeon Rush Ice, which is a much faster dungeon than, searching it through and spelunking through to find all the items, which Wild Anaconda did. This is his second visit through the dungeon.
Exactly.
Oh, exciting.
But Swamp can take a little bit of time here, so unfortunately he's not going to get a big payoff from checking all the chests in here.
No, not at all. We know where the silver arrows are, so he's not going to find those. Those being, I think, in the turtle room of Palace of Darkness. That's where we were hoping we would see him go. If he would have went there, I mean, he could have really locked down a fast time with a bunch of dungeon rushes, or a bunch of dungeons to dungeon rush.
Absolutely, I agree.
Whew. Intense seed. Exciting.
Pretty crazy seed, yeah. Early on, it was feeling, a little bit linear, but there were still a lot of options for the players. And then everything opened up, but lo and behold, they did have to go back to Desert for that hammer.
Yep. Which they could have went there very early on. I think they had a fire source and the Book of Medora pretty early.
Well, it would have been post Aghanim, because I think they got a lamp in the Death Mountain caves up there.
Yep. Ooh, man. Again with the swagger from Bentglass, hammer dashing through the water there. I like it.
Showing off. I like it, too.
Let's see if Wild Anaconda can get first try bomb jump again. Oh, wait, what am I talking about?
He's already through. Yeah, he already got his first try bomb jump.
Yeah, he's so fast, I've already missed half the dungeon. My goodness. That's what I get for focusing on Bentglass over here. I'm kind of just curious to see what, extraneous extra items he finds in this dungeon, even though we know they're not going to be required or all that important.
Yeah, it would be tragic if he found magic powder, because that might set him on the bat quest.
Yep.
Solid gold stair fight. Awesome.
Amazing.
Gold stair fight.
Yeah, amazing gold sword. And look at him nuking the walls with his fire rod there. Even getting an extra shot as he grabs his 5th crystal. Or 4th?
I think it's the 4th. Yeah, we need Palace of Darkness,
Yep.
we need Swamp, and we need Turtle Rock.
T-Rock. That's right. Whew. Let's see where he heads now. Oh, it's so unfortunate knowing where the item is, you know, as a spectator, as an observer, knowing where the item is these guys need and seeing them in a dungeon they don't need to be in.
Well, what's nice about being in Swamp, at least, you know, bentglasstube has a chance to complete it. It is making progress towards the inevitable goal, but it's just tragic that it doesn't hold any value for completion.
Yep, he is moving forward, though. It's a very, very good point. Neither one of these racers have really stopped. I mean, both of them have lingered a little bit in their menus here and there to make their next decision, or, you know, save and quit after you know, 2-3 times in a row to change their minds, but they just keep pushing forward, and it's paying off. It's, you know, a possibility for a sub 2 hour race between both guys.
Oh, absolutely.
WildAnaconda for sure. I'm expecting a very good time from him.
Yeah, when you're in go mode, things can go very quickly, especially a dungeon like Swamp, where if you're not checking the chests, this dungeon goes a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. In fact, we're going to get to see what it's like, you know, between the two, contrasting, you know, seeing WildAnaconda come in. He's not going to have to check anything. If he knows the go mode route, which I'm sure he does, he'll be able to come in, grab some extra keys, and just head straight to the end without having to check the left side, the west side of the dungeon at all. I expect him to actually kind of catch up to bent glass throughout the dungeon.
He's almost there, actually.
Yeah.
And bent glass will go out of his way to check a couple of chests up here as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Also, I forgot that Wild came in here earlier to check that single chest to see the hole bombed open in the wall there. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Sad reminder. I see him killing Argus about the same time, possibly.
Yeah, it'll be pretty close.
Such a big difference between go mode and spelunk mode in this dungeon. Such a big difference.
Yeah, all you have to do is grab this key here, and then you can just head straight upstairs. You don't even need the big key to complete the Swamp Palace.
Nope. That small key there on the ledge really, you know, having hook shot coming into the dungeon, it just breaks it. Just breaks the dungeon.
And that's what's so awesome about Randomizer. You can use your gear that you found all over the world in unique and cool ways. I mean, obviously you need that to complete this dungeon normally, but if you already have it, you're good to go.
Oh, exactly. I think my favorite is, you know, boots in Eastern Palace. I love boots in Eastern Palace. It's such a good feeling.
A lot of long corridors in that place.
Oh, here we go, guys. Oh my goodness. He's catching up fast. Oh man. We're gonna have a dual screen Argus fight. Oh, not quite. Didn't quite catch up with him, but I was close. It was a good guess.
Get your pirate emotes in chat. Or
yeah.
Argus.
Argus. Always makes me hungry for like chicken nuggets. I don't know. I don't know why those puffs remind me of chicken nuggets. Don't judge.
Fair enough. Sometimes you just want to eat the floating puffball around a giant eyeball.
Beautiful
Sometimes
fight.
That's just what you got to do.
There's that magic powder.
Oh no!
Bent Glass is going on a fetch quest. WildAnaconda actually got through with a 1 cycle where Bent Glass had to wait for that second spin cycle, and then WildAnaconda opted to use silver arrows, plug in Argus 1 time, and killing him instantly. Really cool fight. Anaconda showing he has the skills. I would not want to be in this race against him. Let's see where he's headed. Yeah, Palace of Darkness.
Now the question is, where is bentglasstube heading? Hopefully he's heading to Palace of Darkness himself. At least he can finish it in 1 trip, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that you were right, that powder is going to lead him back to the blacksmith. Nope. Hey, all right. this is going to put Bent Glass Tube into go mode as well. Heading into this dungeon.
Yep, he will have to make a pit stop in Skull Woods, where Wild has already completed that, but definitely puts him in a good position for an awesome time.
Yep, it's going to be very relieving for him whenever he finds that. Now, Wild Anaconda, even though he's playing really well, he might be nervous as to where his opponent is, seeing as, you know, he could have went to desert a long time ago and found that hammer. He might be feeling some nerves because of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's not showing it in his gameplay.
And what's nice is Wild has already basically cleared out everything but the boss in Palace of Darkness, so he just needs to get to the boss and beat him, so it should go quick here. Yeah,
his revisits to dungeons, paying off really, really well. Sometimes going into a dungeon without the gear you need to finish it, you know, it can cost you the race. But no, he made a lot of gambles, and they are paying off swimmingly. Bent Glass Tube, unfortunately, will have to search through the dungeon. Hopefully, the moment he finds that fire rod, which he'll do quickly, he'll go into his go mode. I hope it doesn't lead him to missing the silver arrows, though. I don't think it will,
I think the fire rod was at in the bottom right side when you're crossing the bridge. It's on the right, and then down in the dark rooms.
Oh, that's right. The
and
treasure.
Then silver arrows are what he's coming into right now. So hopefully he just picks this up. Yeah, he's going.
Nice. So he does have silver arrows. He's going into the treasury or the treasure room. So he's gonna have fire rod. Then all he needs is the boss key, and he can get out of here. Look at him walking and wiggling to find some money, or pick up some money there. Unneeded money at that.
Hey, what I say is, when in doubt, greed.
That's right. Wild Anaconda just beating up Helmasaur King. No problem whatsoever. Alright, Bent Glass is going into the Dark Maze while Wild Anaconda's on his way to T-Rock. Ooh. Those Dodongos. I've never seen that many fireballs in one row before. There's 6 fireballs on top of each other. Bulbasaur King. That is not what I said, but I like it nonetheless.
Alright, and Wild is off to Turtle Rock. He should be able to just fly through here as fast as he can, just like he has been with the last few dungeons.
Yeah, his go mode is pretty nice. Oh, he gets squirrel blocked.
Okay, I should have said something. The commentator's curse strikes again.
Yep, gotta love it. But he gets through without too much damage. He just stood still and no boulders messed with him.
It looks like Bent Glass Tube realizing he's in go mode. He's got... I think he has a small key, but he needs the big key for this dungeon, so he's gonna head over here first, hopefully grab that big key, and then you'll realize, alright, I'm good to go. Let's finish it up here.
Yeah, let's beat the game. Yeah, I think it was in the vanilla location. I might be wrong, but I think it was. It could have been an earlier race that I was thinking of. Yep, it must have been. Found a pot full of snot.
Sounds pretty amazing.
Ooh. Wild Anaconda with really cool spin speed there. that was nice. A lot of ring around the rosy going on from both of these racers in different locations throughout the seed.
That is for sure. Well, this is actually a nice path from Bent Glass Tube. He kind of left this area that requires the bow to get through at the end. But since this is, I think, the big key, and I think he's going to grab a small key here as well, he's just going to immediately be able to head to Helmasaur right afterwards.
Yeah, hammer the pegs and jump straight down. Throw a Samaria block down on the button. Oh, and Wild Anaconda already has the big key for T-Rock. So all he needs is a few small keys. He doesn't have to waste a key after killing the Pokey and getting a freebie from him in an upcoming room. A few rooms from now, that is. Where was the big key in Palace of Darkness?
That is a good question. I don't know what chest bentglasstube missed. Did he not fall down in the
I think
area?
so. Yeah, maybe it's the button downstairs, possibly. Oh, I think I know where it is. It's the below the turtle room where he found the silver arrows. He didn't use a small key on that door. He just left it alone.
That's exactly where it is.
But at least he can wrap back around after he goes through it. He can just, head south through the south door and uh-oh. Now he's gonna need to reset the room, get that floor back. There we go. These baby Helmosaurs can cause some issues, especially that one at the top of the room. But he handles it fine.
He can be a bit of a troll, but he's handling it okay.
Speaking of handling okay, Wild Anaconda, no problem at all in the Chain Chomp room. Just buy the books. Textbook, if you will.
Now, what's interesting about Turtle Rock is there can be small keys generally in the game, there can be small keys in big chests. And in Turtle Rock, the big chest is a little bit out of the way. So Wild Anaconda is going to grab a key off the Pokey here, and he won't need to grab that chest in the middle where the big key normally is. But what do you think? Do you think it's wise to go to that big chest?
I think it really depends on what I think it depends. Right now, yeah, he should be checking it. I definitely agree with that. I don't know. Whenever I get an early boss key and I get the free key from the Pokey, sometimes I'll take the gamble. But it can cost you a ton of time if you have to set up a mirror location at the end of the dungeon and then backtrack all the way through. Hey, at least his muscle memory didn't kick in and he didn't open up that door.
It looks like he's going for the gamble, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It is a gamble, for sure. Maybe he'll check this one chest, and if that is not a key, he'll change his mind and turn back. Oh, it's a map. But he's taking some damage. Nope, he's moving forward.
Yeah, there are 4 chests down on the bridge here. And if none of them have the key, then the key is going to be in that big chest, and he's going to have to backtrack, and that's going to lose him a bunch of time.
Yep. At least after doing so, if he realizes there's a possibility you can blow open that wall in the laser skip room, and then head all the way back to the big chest. Oh no, you have to go outside.
No,
that won't even
go
work.
Outside, yeah, exactly.
Goodness. Good.
It would work if he had opened the wall on that upstairs, but then at that point, it's kind of not worth it.
You need to check. I guess. Oh, there we go.
Lucked out here.
His gamble paid off. I like his turnbacks with that mirror shield. Bentglasstube killing Helmosaur so fast that I didn't even catch it. Looks like he had a great fight considering his health.
Yeah, he was doing great. Wild is heading into the Trinex fight here with 4 hearts.
Yeah, red mail helps, but it's still a dangerous fight if you let things get out of hand. The gold sword, let's see if he goes in for the back door. There's a possibility for 0 cycle Trinex. Looks like he's going for it. You can actually kill Trinex before he headbutts, and I think he got it. Let's see if the tail starts wagging fast. It does not. 0 cycle Trinex. That is a beautiful, beautiful fight. No headbutt no headbutt from this guy. Gets the second wave as well. He's excited about a little bit of celebration with his fire rod, nuking the walls. Oh,
yeah,
bent glass
basically
tube.
a textbook fight there for Trinex.
Yeah, you can't do it much faster than that. Zero cycle Trinex. That's gorgeous. Bent glass tube seemed to be a little unsure of himself whenever he came into Ice Palace. He kind of just stood in the doorway thinking, do I really want to do this right now? He is in go mode, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, gotta knock him out.
All right. There we go, guys. Wild Anaconda is heading into G Tower. And let's go ahead and spam chat with random numbers. How many chests do you guys think it's going to take before he finds that big key? Gotta love it.
I'm gonna go with lucky number 7. How about you?
I'm saying number 2. He's going to go east side, find a small key and a big key, and then just go straight through, straight upstairs.
Ooh, that's the dream right there.
It is. It happens. It happens pretty often. Not as often
really
as everybody wants, but let's see. There's the small key. Oh, that's all right. It's okay. So he has a small key at least.
All right, so we're 2 items in.
Yep, there goes chat. I broke it. Lots and lots of numbers.
That's what we want to see. We want people to be excited about Ganon's Tower, getting to the end game here.
Yeah, you gotta hype it up. This tournament's so hype already. We didn't get that Master Sword pedestal required item yet, but it'll happen. It will happen.
It's gonna happen one day, and everybody is gonna go nuts for it. It's gonna be really exciting.
Yep. Let's see how bent glass.
Looks like I struck out on 7, so
yeah,
still delving in there. Yeah,
bent
definitely
glass
this
setting up his bomb jump. Yeah, I think he's got it. Yeah, first try, nice.
Wow, very nice.
Yep, took his time, set it up, knocked it down.
We see some bloomerang strats from Wild here.
Yeah.
Switching over from the red.
Yeah, you gotta stick to what you know. Even though it seems like he knows a lot, because that Trinex zero cycle fight, that's 100% skill that he's showing. But then switching to the bloomerang, that's NMG skills that he's showing. So very diverse runner, diverse set of. I can't keep saying the word skills. My goodness.
But that's exactly what they are. They're just high quality skills.
Mm-hmm. I still have to give it up for Bent Glass though, because his routing was on point. I think his routing through a lot of areas was optimal compared to Wild Anaconda, but Wild Anaconda with, I didn't know he was as good at this game as he is. He's very, very good at it.
Yeah, Wild has actually run a bunch of 100% and any percent NMG, and plays a fair number of randomizers as well. So I know the guy pretty well, and I mean he plays Super Metroid really well. But I know that if Super Metroid didn't exist, this would be his speed game.
Oh,
so he's definitely an awesome contender in this tournament.
It's a common theme. A Link to the Past and Super Metroid being, mirrored speed games for a lot of runners. Very common theme. Hey, Bent Glass Tube coming into the Cold Stare fight here. Getting bodied. Missing that spin attack right at the beginning. Okay, he has a blue potion. He's popping it right now, so I have nothing to worry about there.
Just good to be prepared.
And then Wild Anaconda found the boss key, getting protected by Bob there. Our wonderful anti-fairy Bob.
The anti-fairy.
That's right. I always think of it spelled instead of A-N-T-I, A-U-N-T-I-E, like my anti-fairy.
There you go.
Made me cookies. I love anti-fairy Bob. That doesn't make any sense. Don't listen to me, guys. It's kind of late for me. Nice mimics. Bent Glass Tube lands another crystal. I guess he's on his way to Skull Woods, probably.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption. I think he just has Skull Woods and Turtle Rock to go, so he is definitely well on his way, and he can skip a majority of Skull Woods, where Wild was checking the items there. I believe there wasn't a bottle there, so that could help bentglasstube out if he wants a red potion, but I imagine he's just going to skip through it. He has amazing gear. He's been playing well.
That's right. Speaking of playing well, WildAnaconda coming into the gauntlet here. A little bit of trouble with this skeleton. Oh, you want to dance with the skeleton?
Hearts.
Yeah,
1.5.
Dancing. He has a red potion though. Nice. Both of our racers using some potions at strategic times to save their own lives, save their skin. Now he has sword beams that he could utilize there. Nope, decided to use a pot instead. Can't disagree with that. I actually did not know WildAnaconda ran a lot of 100%. That's my favorite category to speedrun in the vanilla. So that's really cool to hear. I'm gonna have to check some of that out. Speaking of checking it out, everybody follow these racers. I mean, they've been putting on a great show for you guys, haven't they? So, you know,
absolutely.
Show them some love. Show them some love. Follow the racers, guys.
And you know, Wild bentglasstube might seem a bit behind. He actually beat Wild to the hammer and
Yeah.
ether, which were the items that Wild was desperately looking for at the end. So he made some cool routing decisions that ended up with him having an edge. But Wild's strong skills, as you've mentioned, have really skyrocketed him into the Ganon's Tower quickly.
The other part being his gamble with Palace of Darkness. If bentglass would have made that same gamble going into Pod without a hammer, you know, he would have been right alongside Wild when it comes to the go mode entry.
Definitely, this could have been a different game entirely.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's how it works. All the skill in the world doesn't save you whenever your opponent just finds the right items in the right order. But it definitely helps. that skill set definitely helps, which we're seeing for ourselves. Wild has enough keys for the rest of the dungeon, so he doesn't have to concern himself.
So bentglass going into a different area of Skull Woods, interestingly.
He might be concerned about the boss key. He might not realize that he doesn't need the boss key for this second, or for the end of this.
I see, that makes sense.
Just a guess.
What's kind of interesting about this dungeon in particular is the boss can have the boss key. So
that's right.
If that's actually true, then he's gonna be a little bit confused.
Yeah, this dungeon, I think Ice and also Swamp are dungeons where the boss can have the boss key. Some of the Light World bosses as well, I think.
I don't think Ice can have
the maybe
boss
not
key
Ice.
Because I don't think the game expects you, or the logic expects you to have to do a bomb jump.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. You were not required to ever have to do bomb jumps. Or the fact that, you know,
or
sometimes...
have to, like, a red cane or something.
Yep, red cane or hook shot, depending on the gear you have. So, yeah, you're probably right about that. I know Swamp, though. I know Swamp, it's a possibility.
Definitely Swamp. Yeah, well, we saw Wild do that just a little bit ago.
Wow, great Aghanim 2 fight from WildAnaconda. Great triple, because I mean that wasn't a great setup from Aghanim 2. It was kind of an ugly pattern, but he handled it well and still got the triple off of it. Let's see how he handles the Ganon fight.
Yeah, here we go. Got some breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
Reference up in here.
Yeah, it's either cheesy or campy, and I love it either way. I really like the "I will defeat you" campiness.
And then he tells you exactly where the silver arrows are immediately.
Oh, WildAnaconda showing off. That's all swagger. Him just spamming his torch there. He has half magic. He has plenty. Half magic, gold sword, silver arrows. Yeah, he He's on fire.
Meanwhile, Bent Glass is going into this Mothula fight. He's getting Mothula caught in a corner, but he's knocking him out quick.
Yeah. Usually it's Link beating up Mothula in the corner, but this time it was Mothula in the corner with Link on that bottom left side. But yeah, he handled it just fine. He's dead. He gets another crystal. And then he's heading up to the mountain. Close to a sub 2 for Bent Glass. Close. He does have a couple more dungeons to go. He has T-Rock and G Tower, of course. Whereas WildAnaconda's coming in with this, what, 155.30 or something like that? Ooh, maybe even better than that.
Yeah, awesome job by Wild here, finishing with an official SRL race time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 25 seconds. It was not an easy seed, and this is a fantastic time for it.
For sure. Kind of linear, and then opening up out of nowhere, and then the hammer being hidden as well as it was. Very, very good time for WildAnaconda. Gotta give it up. Get some hype up in the chat for WildAnaconda winning this race. Good for him. And don't forget Bent Glass, he is on his way. He is not far behind. He put up the fight, you know, a lot of us wouldn't have been able to. You are in the IRC. Are you going to see if Wild wants to get in here and talk about the race a little bit?
Already ahead of you. It looks like he's making his way in here. What is up, Mr. WildAnaconda69? Congratulations on your win here in the race.
Great win.
Thank you. Man, dude, that hammer, though.
I just have to interrupt you right now. We just saw Sandwich's homecoming. Sorry, I just had to interrupt you for that announcement.
Sandwich homecoming. How you feeling, man? What'd you think? What'd you think of that seed?
That was the worst, dude. I could have had hammer so early on, and then it was literally the last place I could have checked, basically. I was just like, man, no, there's no way it could be in desert. There's no way. I don't want to go all the way through and kill Landmo. There's no way.
Yes, early on seeing those, you know, all of your Light World dungeons were all pendants. You had to be excited. I don't have to do any Light World dungeons, maybe. Possibly.
I was actually disappointed because I knew that I was going to need all the items and there wasn't going to be anything that so.
Yeah, it does go both ways, doesn't it? Man, other than the hammer, you dipped your head into Palace of Darkness early and found that fire rod. That really opened things up for you. Taking that gamble, going in there without the hammer.
I mean, I guess. I don't really think it opened up that much. I mean, it allowed me to go and do... not Swamp, Skull Woods. That was about it. Like, allowed me to do. I still needed hammer for, you know, the other, like, 4 dungeons.
Right, but Bent Glass was looking for that fire rod in Swamp Palace for a little while. He actually beat you to the hammer.
I was like, there's no way he didn't. Like,
but it wasn't by much. It wasn't by much.
So long to find it, man.
That's what it was. Yeah, the finding fire rod early like that, it might not have opened up a lot for you, but it gave you the opportunity for your go mode to be more advantageous. You know, you didn't have to spelunk through a lot of dungeons like swamp and things like that.
True.
You did dip your head in the swamp early to check that single chest without hammer too.
Yeah, I was basically like, I just gotta YOLO everything. Like, where is the hammer? I just have no clue.
Yeah, we were lost too. It got to a point where you guys were running out of places to check. You know, had to be a Light World boss. That's what it came down to.
We were getting really excited when you were heading over to the Master Sword pedestal. We were like, is this it? Is this our day? But
that would have
sadly,
been
a full
it
heart.
wasn't. Yeah, the Master Sword pedestal having hammer would have been hilarious. And it actually would have put you kind of at a deficit if that would have been the case, because Bent Glass was, you know, clearing out Light World dungeons prior to that, at least one. I don't know, man. Great run, great gameplay. That 0 cycle Trinex, that was awesome. Well done on that.
Yeah, your execution was really on point, especially towards the end, but pretty much throughout the entire race.
Well, yeah, especially towards the end, because it's basically just all, you know, the regular speedrun strats is basically at that point. There's no, I didn't need to check, you know, any chests throughout. Basically, so it's all very natural.
Yeah, very good autopilot. I had no idea that you were a hundo runner. You know, Alu told me that you were pretty, you know, a hundo veteran. It's great to hear.
I mean, yeah, we did. I guess you didn't know that Andy and I did a 1000%.
Oh.
Earlier in, was it?
I think it was February.
Oh, early February. Yeah, we did 1000%, 500% runs of Link to the Past, 5 of Super Metroid.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That sounds painful. Sounds
it
fun,
was.
though.
It took like 17. It was like 17 and a half hours by the time I finished.
I love 100%, so that's why I was excited to hear that, and I knew you had to be good at it when I saw that Zero Cycle Trinex. I knew you knew what you were doing when I saw that. Not to take anything away from Bentglass here, he's getting through T-Rock, or not, yeah, T-Rock pretty fast here. He wasn't that far behind you the entire race. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
He didn't go get the key from the...
Yeah, he didn't get the key from the Pokey, but it's possible that there is a key here in the big chest, or in the final chest that you didn't check.
That's true. So he is taking a bit of a gamble here.
And it looks like it pays off,
I suppose.
You gambled there too, yeah. You skipped the chest completely, or the big chest.
Technically, I gambled as well, but yeah, it looks like it paid off. So
yeah, gambles all around.
Looks like you'll be fine too.
I do want to point out something else that we noticed. You guys both just destroyed Dark World dungeons, especially early in the seed, and you had, you know, very little problem with them. And then you got into Light World dungeons and started getting bodied by enemies and kind of pushed around a little bit.
You were like getting knocked around by Moldorm and...
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
It's just ironic, that's all.
Yeah, you went into a couple... I think you were at Eastern and you were like almost dead in like the dark rooms towards the end.
Oh yeah, I was. I had to grab the heart from one of those pots. Yeah, and then the Armos. Oh yeah, the Armos fight. I was getting wrecked.
Yeah, almost. So it was really neat to see, you know, all this skill paying off in the Dark World, and then Light World just nope.
Oh my god,
not having anything to do with
count.
It. I haven't seen it yet. Don't
I know. I'm not spoiled. It's just ridiculous.
What are you expecting your menu time to be? I think it's going to be under 5 minutes for sure. Because I mean, you guys were both. Neither one of you guys diddle-daddled at all. You just kept moving forward the entire time.
Yeah.
I think maybe a couple times you save and quit, and you'd run, you know, a couple transitions and then change your mind. Nope, I wanted to go somewhere else.
Well,
yeah, that happens a lot.
You guys did get boots fairly early, so 55 bonks, while quite a lot, not too bad.
Yo,
that's probably It's probably the most that I've ever gotten, as far as bonks go. But I don't even know what a good menu isn't. Like 344, like pretty high though for a menu.
No, I think that anything under 5 minutes is pretty good, and then anything under 4 minutes is really good. I've seen a few or a handful of sub 3s from some racers, but you know, it
that's
totally
usually if
on
it's
gear.
like a free seed too. You know, this one you were running around looking for things the whole time.
Definitely not a free seed.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Lone Snipe said it's to nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, for most of us, this would have been, you know, more than a 2-hour seed, guaranteed. And sub 2, man, well done. Can't say it enough. I do want to point everybody's attention over to Bentglass though, because he's finishing up T-Rock. He's coming into the Trinex fight here. Can't forget our other racer.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing really, really well. And his routing was actually on point.
Yeah,
A fair amount.
I'm sure. I hope you were talking about his routing over mine.
we did a couple times.
My routing was so atrocious. My goodness.
Yeah, he definitely beat you on the routing, but you had that experience, you know.
That's kind of like in this tournament, that especially like in these early stages, was what I've really been banking on, is my technical knowledge.
Prowess, yeah.
Over like routing, because in this game my routing is my weakest link for sure. Evidenced by this run so yeah.
Something to improve moving forward, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna have to
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to improve upon that going forward?
I mean, the only way to really do that is to like sit down and watch.
Yeah. Watch
people
Christos Owen.
Exactly. Like, you know, watch a Christos, watch a ACM, watch a Vitor. He's got good routing, so I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
That or just like, you know, ask to look at the logic, so then like be like, okay, and study the logic. But I mean, it's not really the logic that because I mean, I know what I can get with what items. It's more just, you know, being able to instantly and then say, okay, what's the best way to check all of these? And then it's also, you know, weighing. It's also, you got to live the dream or not. You know, you have to say, do I want to risk for the bisque and go for this one-off item that's way far away from everything else, or do I go for the, you know, higher density chest areas? And, you know, typically I like to go for the higher density areas and check all the one-offs last, and that tends to hurt me quite a bit sometimes.
It can. Yeah, some seeds, it can really destroy you. It can really cost you a ton of time. Some gambles pay off though, like going into pod early, man. That paid off well.
Yeah.
So at the start of this seed, you actually got like a bunch of awesome gear. You guys had like red mail and mirror shield, and you even got dash boots into butter sword immediately, which was amazing. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I think fully upgraded, you know, in terms of the deeps department right away. And damage reduction too.
My favorite is getting the boots from the maze, because he's like, here, take this trash and, you know, go away. It's like, really? The boots are trash, huh? Okay. I guess they are.
Yep.
So, I mean, based on all the stuff you found early, were you feeling pretty good? Like, you're good to go?
Relieved. You seem relieved, that's for sure.
I was like, man, this seed, you know, made that fatal mistake of assuming that, oh, this seed might be pretty decent, and as soon as you say that, man, you've screwed yourself. But I mean, had I finished, I could have finished desert. I entirely could have, but my thought process was, okay, and I'll be near here once I get to Meyer, and it'll be, you know, it's a good idea. But it's what I decided to do, and if I had gone through, this seed would have gone much differently, much differently had I,
cutting out a little bit, Wild.
Yeah, yep, lost you for a second there. Might have lost you completely.
Hello?
Oh, there we
go. Yeah, we might have lost you there as you were talking.
That's okay. Basically, I was just saying, like, it just could have gone. This could have been so much faster if I had decided to finish desert, because everything else was pretty much right in your way, and it would have been very, very straightforward. I would have gone, because I kept thinking, I want to go into pod, but I can't because I didn't have hammer, so I would have gotten fire rod pretty early too, and it was pretty much just fire rod and hammer were the last things that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and desert's not a huge dungeon. It's not a huge time sink. If it does end up being a waste of time, you know, it's not a huge waste of time. Whether there's something important in there or not. So, I'd imagine that's like the biggest thing you learn from this seed is trust your gut. I mean, course,
or
then
not?
again,
Question
yeah,
mark, God, because I said it'll be fine. I'll come back to desert later. It won't be worth it. I just need to do the opposite of whatever my gut tells me. Is what I've learned.
What's interesting about the seed is like you had to go into both Hera and desert and kind of go deep. Like you had to do the tile room in Hera to get Ether. You needed to kill Land Molus, which usually you're full clearing the rest of the dungeon because you have to find the big key anyways for desert to go and kill Land Molus. So I mean, it was not a free seed by any means.
No, it certainly seemed
was
like
kind of weird. It was linear but not linear at the same time. You know, usually it's one or the other with a seed, but this one opened up out of nowhere. It was very linear, opened up out of nowhere, and then became linear again as it progressed. You handled it well, though, either way.
Thank you.
Yeah, excited to see you moving on. How many wins is that for you in your group stage so far? Is that your first one?
Yeah, and this is my second one. I've won both of them.
Nice.
Our group consists of only 4 people. We had 1 drop out. So my final match is going to be against GamerCal on Saturday, and that's going to be that's the one for all the bisque. Because both his times that he's been getting in like the weeklies and such, and he's been getting some pretty decent times. So I need to bring my A game.
Yeah, GamerCal.
But if I end up losing, well, if I win, I'll go 3-0 and then go into, single elim for sure. But if I lose to him, GamerCal, myself, and DJ, all in our group, we will all be 2-1, and it'll be a 3-way tie. And so that'll be interesting to figure out going into single elimination.
Oh wow, might just have a 3-way race to figure it out there. I mean, I doubt it, but.
I mean, that's up to the, admins to figure out how we're going to handle it. I don't entirely understand how the ties will be resolved. I've heard various different things.
I think the rules say you actually do play a tiebreaker match.
That's what I've, but I don't know how that would work with 3 people. Would it just be, out of 3 would move on? I don't know.
Possibly. Possibly. Hey,
but anyway,
just win your next match and you won't have to worry about it. Right?
Let's make life easier on everybody. If I just need to. You hear that, GamerCal? I'm gonna take you down.
Yeah, good luck. He doesn't stop practicing.
Fighting words. And when's your match?
Match is gonna be on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here, guys. Come and watch him stick to his word. His fighting words. I think we have a lot of races for Saturday, actually.
Is he even in here? I don't think.
He might not.
Anyway,
we'll spread the word. Spread the trash talk.
Yeah, this is gonna be the epic trash talk match of the century.
Oh yeah.
Hammer and Master Sword pedestal confirmed.
Oh God, please, please.
One can dream.
I do want to point it back to bentglasstube. He got through the gauntlet. He did not die. Had a little bit of trouble, but he's through. So he's finishing up now. He's gonna have a good time as well, considering, he had a race on his hands from the beginning. You gave him a fight, man.
Oh yeah.
Super cheesy question here for you, and I think we've kind of already covered it with the whole trusting or not trusting your gut. What are you taking away from this seed? What did you learn?
I learned that my luck so far in seeds in this tournament has been bad. Because both of my times in this tournament were actually pretty similar. Both like, mid to high 150s, all because of one item. It was Fire Rod in the one... It was Fire Rod in the seed yesterday, and then Hammer, which is arguably worse, because you need it for so many more things than Fire Rod.
But we saw today that you were able to overcome that, which is awesome. It seemed like you were so far away from getting to Ganon's tower, but you just raced through those dungeons so quickly.
Right, but that's not something that that can happen though against bentglasstube. I don't think. Not not that like I mean against GamerCal. I mean obviously against any player, it's not optimal to be wasting that much time checking every single location other than the one that you need. But I know GamerCal's not going to let that fly. He's going to punish me for that kind of thing. So
yeah, he's putting in the work. He's practicing constantly. So you can't give him an inch. You cannot give him an inch in your guys' race. Not to take anything away from Bent Glass, of course.
Yeah.
Again, his routing was really on point.
Yeah, he beat you in routing for sure. The way he
doubted
cleared out areas.
And I mean, I was still very, very anxious. Like after like the hour and a half mark, like okay, it took me so long to find this hammer. There's no way that it took him this long, you know, because I checked nearly every location that I could. And it was like the last one, and so I was shaking in my boots. You know, expecting. I just kept glancing over at the SRL channel, just like waiting for that snipe to happen.
Yeah, just
He definitely, if nothing else, he raised my anxiety levels.
I actually predicted that you'd be a little bit nervous being so late to find that hammer. You know, just
definitely.
the what ifs. The what ifs, man, they can kill you.
They wreck me. I can't. No matter what, even if it's as soon as I grab my last item, the thoughts set in. Like, man, what if they already got everything?
Yeah,
you know,
they could be
any
tower. I have
opponent.
2 dungeons to go.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. But I'm just gonna. What I gotta do moving forward is just get in more practice. So, Alucard, clear your schedule.
I guess that's gotta happen.
All right.
I only got like.
But practice won't save you from me. I mean, let's make that clear.
We're inevitably gonna meet up in single limbs. That's for sure.
We'll see. I still gotta get out of pools myself.
Honestly, I'm hoping that Stray Varus makes it into single elimination. We get to see you guys race. I just think that it would be neat.
Yeah.
Serendipitous for me. Maybe I'm just being corny.
It's the bentglasstube with the net strats on Agatu.
Yeah, he has nothing
Swag
to worry about.
net strats.
Bentglass does know that his opponent has done, so at this point it's just finishing, you know, locking in a time for his averages.
The swag showing off here.
Yeah, if you can't be fast, be flashy. Gotta love the swagger. Even though he's missing some of his shots. He has red mail, he's fine.
It's for the fans.
Yeah, chat's pointing out, this isn't optimal. Thanks, we didn't realize.
But if it's for the fans, it's always optimal.
I think it is. He's been showing off for a while, some, you know, suboptimal movement, but still hammer dashing here and there when he doesn't need to for fun.
And that's the important thing about these randomizers. They're just fun. I mean, like, you don't have to be a master at the game to enjoy randomizer. I mean,
or to put on a good show.
Exactly. Everybody starts off not knowing what they're doing as they jump into this randomizer world, and it's just a lot of fun to play through it. So, if you've been on the fence about playing it, you know, just try it out, and you'll get better over time.
Yeah, and if you're nervous to get into it, don't. We have an amazing community. The A Link to the Past community is one of the best out there, if not the best community out there. Plenty of guys that'll help you, help you along the way, help you get started. Whether it's for randomizer or just speedrunning the vanilla game. This tournament's amazing.
Yeah, just for, the randomizer alone, there are over like 100, I think, participants in this tournament. So you've got a plethora of people to, ask about things, how to get started and whatnot.
Yep. Nobody's afraid to help somebody else out. At the end of the day, we're all opponents, but we'll still give each other helpful hints and advice and anything that's needed. It's weird to think like that. We're all opponents at the end of the day. Oh man, Ben Glass almost taking a death here to the Ganon fight, but he's all right.
The clutch fairy there, helping him out.
He's got more too.
And
so
I like the lag cane strats too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use Cane of Bernie during Ganon during that second phase. I've never seen that much lag.
It was, yeah, very.
He got caught there on the edge. So he missed the
Oh
torch
no!
place, sadly.
He got knocked up by the flame from the fire bat.
Yeah, it's actually really dangerous because you'll be holding away from the pit, and for some reason your D-put input, it doesn't care. It'll suck you straight into the pit. It'll actually feel like you're pointing in the wrong direction or pushing the D-pad in the wrong direction when you're not.
Awesome double hit to finish off Ganon here.
Mm-hmm.
And Bent Glass Tube has finished with an official SRL race time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 24 seconds.
Not
Still an
bad
awesome
at
time
all.
for this kind of crazy scene.
Yeah, the Light World Pendant Dungeons, Trolley Seed. It was definitely a weird seed. It's one of the weirder ones we've seen so far. No cape. Nobody found the cape.
Yeah, it was hidden somewhere.
Good game.
Must be in Ganon's tower, that's my guess.
Yeah, probably. Or maybe the Bat Cave or the pegs near Blacksmith, which neither of you guys checked.
Yeah, or Cane of Bernie Cave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right, you guys. You wouldn't have been able to for a while there with that hammer being so elusive. Very cool race. I think it wore me out as much as it wore out the racers. Just from intensity. Alucard, are you seeing if he wants to get in here and kind of explain what happened and talk about the seed a little?
I am indeed. I'll see if he wants to jump in.
Anaconda, one last time. Great run, man. Good game, and good luck on the rest of the tournament, man. Hope to see you in the brackets. If I make it there.
Yeah. We'll see.
We will see, yeah. I think my group might be down to 3 people. 2 of my members are unresponsive. So
Oh, wow.
I have a chance. I have a chance of getting into the brackets. Maybe I'll get a grudge match with Willard.
Who's in your group?
Willard and Dan's, not Dan's game. I can't think of the name.
Dan's Carnot, or Dan's
No, but another Dan actually, not Dan Carnot. And then another 2 guys that are pretty new, Moron Goron, and another one that's for sure dropped out, which I can't remember the name of. But we'll see.
So unfortunately, in looking at the schedule, there aren't any more races.
Yep.
Surprised-
Tonight, there's plenty more races for the tournament.
Right. I'm surprised that the other race that was on Speedruns Live is...
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. I was checking it myself, and they're already done. So
they're already done.
that just speaks to the excitement that the seed provided you guys.
It was pretty exciting. It was. We got pretty excited a lot of times during this run.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello,
Hey.
Bent Glass Tube. GG.
Good game, man. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good about my last race of the tournament.
Hey, you still put on a great show. We all appreciate us here, and everybody in chat appreciate the swagger and the performance you gave us.
Yeah, once the race is lost, then you gotta just
Enjoy yourself, How do you feel about that seed? What do you feel like tripped you up the most?
a couple things I did that like I was grumpy about. Like I didn't check Bombos the first time I was down there, but that turned out to not really matter because I think there were just some rupees there.
Yep.
That happened to me
I was
too.
really aggravated about it after I didn't check it. I was like, because I didn't have the mitts yet, so I couldn't easily get back there. I always forget that you can't go from Dark Swamp back to Dark Kakariko.
Yeah, you can't get through that southwestern area without Titan's mitts getting back to town.
I was looking for the mitts for a long time.
Yeah, it was the mountain. The mountain, I think, really cost you a ton of time.
Yeah, because I always put off going there for some reason.
Hey,
That
either
did
way.
cost you, but some of your other routing decisions actually paid off big time. Like your trek into Hera put you way ahead on the search for Ether. Wild was looking for Ether for a long time. He was also looking for Hammer for forever, and you actually beat him to Hammer as well.
Yeah, the hammer. I stumbled upon the hammer. I feel like I didn't. I don't even
Yeah.
remember where it
Stumbled.
was.
Oh god, I was
Desert.
like
It was at
tripping
the end of
and
Desert.
falling and crawling to Hammer by the time I found it.
Hera, I went because I was there, so I was like, had to
Well-
go independent dungeons. So
It definitely paid off, and Alucard's not wrong. Your routing was definitely one up on Wild Anaconda's. He set himself up for a lot of backtracking, whereas you cleared out areas your first time through them. So your routing was on point. You had a race ahead of you with such a veteran runner.
yeah, I mean, I'm just not very good at this game. Is what it comes down to. So
I think
Well,
a lot
I
of
mean,
us would disagree
there's-
with that.
I would disagree because there's especially in randomizers there's two different kinds of good. I mean, there's people who've got speed knowledge and technical skill, and then there's people who are proficient at routing. And I think you from what I heard, and I would believe it because of what I know about myself, that you definitely beat me out in routing for sure.
yeah,
I'm-
I mean, like the combat and stuff. Like I struggle with that. I think I died at some point too in.
Misery Mire. I think you took a death in Misery Mire, but not a bad one. You took the shortcut to get right back through, and you didn't have any really costly deaths. I think
No, I
all
think
your
that-
boss fights were awesome.
I impressed myself with I think both my land mullas I did pretty well. I had a really nice Helmasaur fight because he didn't shoot any damn
Your
fireball.
Vitreous fight, you entered the room and didn't even move. You just stood still in front of the door and had your cane equipped and slashed the eyeballs. And the second the lightning bolt was flying at you, you turned on the cane like, nope, that's not gonna work. So it was a really cool, relaxed Vitreous fight considering. I mean, you were pretty low on health too.
Yeah. Almost. I had to blue potion during Cold Stare, I think, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, that one I struggled with a lot. And I had a nice finish to try next too. I got him before he started doing the weird arcs thing.
Mm-hmm. Either way, man, great race. Gotta say it again. It stinks that you're out of the tournament now, but you still put on a great show and got your name out there. Speaking of which, everybody follow these guys. That was super hype. Super hype race.
Looking forward to watching the replay.
Oh yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
3 of the tournament races I've been in, I had like Red Mail and Butter Sword before I even started fighting anything.
Overpowered gear coming out of Kakariko Village.
Yeah, that's always the way. But you got
So now that you've played through a bunch of these in the tournaments, what are you going to do going forward? You going to stick with Randomizer, try to get your times down, maybe learn some NMG strats or anything? You had less bonks than Wild. That's of note. You had 50 bonks, by the way.
50 by 55. There you go.
I like playing the randomizers.
Nice.
The randomizer tournament coming up, so I probably won't play too much Link to the Past in the near future. But I need to learn Silverless Ganon for these, because when I
Good
don't
skill
have
to have.
silver arrows, it's just like I have to go fight them, find out where they are, then go backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that's definitely.
make flippers too. Those are the things that I need to do to improve, I think.
Well, if I could make a suggestion of priority here, I would say Silverless Ganon. Because fake flippers, it can pay off. Chances of it paying off are very, very slim because it's not required at all for the seeds that are generated for the tournament. So, Silverless Ganon is, if you can get away, if you can do it, it saves you, so much more time than having to go and leave and find silvers.
Well, I don't know. It seems like fairly frequently silvers just happen to be on the way I go, but like one of the other tournament races, they were the Trinex drop or something, and Turtle Rock was a pendant dungeon. So like that's way out of the way.
Oh man,
now
that's brutal.
I am curious if this becomes an annual thing, and we have another one of these, a year from now or something. Do you plan on jumping into that tournament as well and giving it another go?
For in any number of tournaments.
Oh, nice.
I did, I'm in it for the fun. I'm not really a speedrunner. I just like the randomizers.
Well, for somebody that's not a speedrunner, you just beat a crazy seed in 2 hours and 20 minutes, so you gotta give yourself some credit where credit.
Yeah, you put on an amazing show. Awesome show.
And enough time playing, I guess.
Yeah, good game, guys. You guys have anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
That's thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to follow the Speed Gaming channel and the Speedruns Live channel, and as well as Speed Gaming 2. All three of those channels will be rebroadcasting, or not rebroad. They will be rebroadcasting, streaming all of the matches for Link to the Past, the Link to the Past randomizer. Additionally, if you're using the Twitch page viewer, you can scroll down beneath the channel, or if you're watching on mobile, swipe left, and it will show you all of the other different events going on on this channel. Randomizer tournament, of course, for Zelda. There's an Ori and the Blind Forest tournament. There's Shovel Knight, Mega Man 3, Mega Man X, Banjo-Kazooie that's going to start next to the beginning of next month. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So
much content. So much content.
It's a lot, it's a lot of speed runs.
It's a lot. And if you guys are interested in more Link to the Past, there's going to be races going on all day today/tomorrow, I guess, depending on where you are in the world. But 9 a.m. Eastern time, we have Elminster versus F. Coughlin. Should be an exciting race.
Yeah, 7 hours from now, get in bed and wake up bright and early, and you guys can see a race as soon as you open your eyes. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I think I just got sucked into commentating, and by sucked in, I mean I just volunteered myself for a 6 a.m. commentary.
Oh,
so
man.
I'll be there with you. We'll be sleepy in solidarity, folks. So
I cannot promise anything. I'm not promising that I'll be there. But good luck in the morning, and thanks for helping me, Alucard. It was a lot of fun. I think everybody enjoyed it.
For commentating, make sure to follow these. I think there's a commentary command. Yes, follow these two guys. Okay, guys, you've been doing swordless.
Oh yeah.
As of late, getting world record, I believe.
I wish I still had it. Andy actually took it from me not too long ago, but yeah, awesome category. I have not practiced it or done it since the SNES Superstars Marathon because of this tournament. This tournament's just taken up all my time. It's a great problem to have, right?
It's an amazing problem to have when you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Commentating and watching all the amazing people in the community come together.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I've been the OK guy. You guys have a good night.
Take care, guys.
You too. Yeah. Make sure to follow Alucard 2004 also. He did some awesome commentary. Stand-up guy. All right. Thanks to you, everybody, and we'll see you next mission.
See you next time, guys.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.